Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a standalone Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Each episode is a separate, complete adventure, so you can listen to them in any order. We are joined by Nesgrax.
Hi, I'm a level 15 brass dragonborn. I'm a warlock. I've really leaned into the scary warlock bit. I bought this staff that turns into a snake, and I'm really excited about it.
Mendax.
Hi, I'm Mendax. I'm a level 15 changeling bard, and I'm picking up stuff from all over the place. So I've got a magical puppet that likes insulting people. I now have an ember kitten, which hangs out on my shoulder, and also I have a lovely hat with no special magical power.
And Jasper.
Hey everybody, it's great to be here. My name's Jasper. I'm also a bard, just like Mendax, and people have described me as looking kind of angelic before, and I that's their words, not mine, but I have very dark eyes and hair, but very pale skin.
Welcome. You are all in the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild Hall. The guild is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with wooden tables and chairs, and a wall with a corkboard and job flyers posted.
So, guys, I was just thinking, do you think, I know it's a little out there, but me and Bob, do you think there's anything there?
Well, I mean, if you're lucky, I don't really know so much about the guy, but he seems like he looks pretty comfortable. I reckon he could give cuddles, but
He just seems really cuddly.
I don't know.
How does he make you feel?
Oh, just helpless. I don't know, vulnerable, smart, intelligent. He really has he just knows how to pluck at my heartstrings, I guess.
That's beautiful. You should tell him that.
I've tried, but every time I drop a little hint, it just goes way over his head. Because he's...
Yeah, but that's just Bob. Everything goes over his head.
Yeah, I know.
He's not exactly a full beehive, is he?
No. Speaking of beehive...
He's an entire colony short of a beehive.
Speaking of beehive, has that bee lady said anything about me lately? We had a little thing the other day.
Oh, what, the train station?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about Jasper, but whenever I go over to the train station, I just get mobbed by fans. So I don't have to interact with the bee lady so much.
I don't really talk. I don't really like to keep too big of a profile when I travel. So, yeah, she seems nice.
You and I are very different people.
I can tell that, but that's why I'm really looking forward to working with you both.
Oh yeah, stick with me, kid. You'll go far.
I can sense there's going to be tension between you two already. 2 bards, 1 guild. I don't know.
I hope not.
Yeah. We're not the ones, obsessing over a giant minotaur, man.
Not obsessing.
Oh, he's a minotaur. That's awesome. Yeah. I've never met a minotaur before.
Yeah.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, but that's the issue with trying to flirt with a minotaur, isn't it? You can't tell whether they're being genuine because they're just always horny.
Har, har, har.
Well, that's a load of bull.
Oh my god. I'm leaving.
I love this.
That's great. I just get up and go to the job boards to look around while I sip my beer.
Seconds ago, another job flyer was removed. Another party headed out to a puzzle dungeon. The door has just closed behind that party as they've gone out to do that adventure. The job flyer that they left hanging up is still there, and it reads, "Everyone's getting excited for the upcoming annual Nikamui fighting tournament. I hear the prize is 1 million gold. I'm taking the opportunity to invest in myself. I'll pay 100,000 gold to an adventurer team to guard me on a training montage to reach for the next level at the peak of Mount Hokkaido. Signed, Iskra Ekuan, 1314 Citron Drive, Nikamui."
I pull the poster off the wall and I walk back to the other two and I say, "Hey guys, Have you ever wanted to be in a montage?
Hold on. I have one more.
Oh.
You don't. He has to stop being such a coward about it. All right, continue.
Oh, God. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, I'll stop milking it.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, you said a montage. That sounds wonderful.
Yes, check out this poster. Someone's offering for us to guard them while they train to be in a fighting tournament. It sounds pretty cool. I would like to, give it a try.
Yeah, I've done a couple of montages before. They're always like only a couple of minutes long, so it's pretty good money.
Yeah, we can get in, get out before lunch, and be back here pretty quickly, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully we just don't run into any copyright issues with the music that goes over the top.
What's copyright?
Where you write down copies of the music that the bards play while someone's training. It's common knowledge. I don't know.
It's not important. Not important. We'll come across that later. No.
Anyway, it's in this place, and I show them the flyer.
Oh, Mount Hokkaido?
Nesgrax hands across a flyer that says, signed Iskra Ekuan, 1314 Citron Drive, Nikamui. And you all know that you're in the city of Nikamui and that there's a very large map up on the wall showing each individual street in Nikamui.
So this thing says like 1 million gold pieces, right? Does anyone want to stage an elaborate heist?
I'm
just saying, it's a possibility.
To steal the money from this person who's going through a training montage?
Yeah.
No, we steal the money from the organizers of the fighting tournament.
Oh, well, either way, I mean, as long as we get 1 million gold. You know what? I hear where you're going with this. It sounds great. I don't know. I feel like this could backfire stupendously.
Maybe if we train her well enough and give her enough motivation to train, then she'll win and share the prize earnings with us.
I mean, it sounds kind of boring, but okay, fine. We'll do it your way.
If you want to do it
on the bright side, if we, well, no, I get the feeling heists need a bit more planning than I'm willing to put in. So yeah, we'll do things your way. And then if the opportunity for a heist comes along in future, just saying, just gonna give me a shout, okay?
Can you come up with a signal for letting us know if there is an opportunity for a heist? Because I'm not used to heists at all.
Oh, yeah, sure. The signal is gonna be, it's heist time, baby! How's that?
I like it.
Seems a bit conspicuous, don't you?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna expect somebody who's planning a heist to say it's heist time.
Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah, I guess. All right, well, let's keep that in our back pocket and, go check out this fighter.
Very well. Let's go.
We do that.
Yeah.
Describe what you do.
Stride confidently out of the door and...
Stride confidently back in to grab a map.
Look around and go, I have no idea where I'm going. And I walk back inside, look at the map. Yep. That's what we do.
So there's a giant map on the wall that has all of the individual streets of Nikamui labeled on the wall. What kind of skill check would you guys perform to see if you can read this map? Go ahead and look at your lists of skills and justify the one that you choose.
I would make an argument for perception for seeing the place on the map.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check, Jasper.
I'll do my best. I've gotten a 15 total.
That's pretty good. You find Citron Drive.
Right. So we just head to this street and walk down it until we find the right numbers.
Should be easy.
I mean, we say that, I can get lost real easy. So.
Well, you can count on me because there are numbers involved. All right, no, it's fine. I'm just gonna go now.
God,
I'm just saying, it's a weird place.
Okay. Because he had such a high roll, Jasper is able to take you to Citron Drive. You are standing on a street that looks very residential. It's smaller than the wider streets in Nikamui, And there are green lawns and wide driveways leading up to these houses in this fairly well-off neighborhood.
Oh, it's one of these people.
What do you mean, these people?
Okay.
What do you mean?
I mean, just like, look. I mean, I'm no detective, but just like, look at the gardens, look at the houses. This is, if this is someone who's just kind of going in it because they fancy the fight, it's not, they don't need the money, they're just doing this for funsies.
You may have something there.
I think in an ideal society, everybody would be able to do that, but I suppose that's a fair assessment.
Maybe it'll be like, she's got all like her fancy training equipment and stuff, and then maybe like there's some underdog in the hood who, is like picking up chickens and like running through tires and stuff, and that person will actually beat her, and that's just how it's going to be.
We should keep an eye out for an underdog, because then we can get 2 training montages in at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Competing montage. Oh, yeah, I'm in for that.
Contrast with each other so that one person will be using official equipment and the other person will be using the tires.
We could go out of character. We could go all Rocky IV on this, and it could just be a string of montages, and that'll be fine for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, I look for the numbers that we're looking for. 134 Citron. Is that it?
13, 14, wasn't
13, 14? I look for those numbers.
That's what...
Because you're looking for 1314, you find the right house. It is, similar to the other houses, a wide stone driveway and a very green, verdant lawn leading up to, a 1-story house. There's a path up to the door.
All right, I go up to the door and I knock on the door.
An elf comes to the door. She says, "Hello."
Hello, we're here about the job flyer for protecting the fighter, the Iskalakaliki.
It's okay, you can't read.
The elf says, "Iskra?"
Yeah, that sounds right.
She says, "Wait one moment," and she closes the door and disappears back in the house. A minute later, a green-skinned, very fit person carrying a bamboo training sword comes to the door and says, "Hello."
You
I
must
take it
be
you're Iskra.
Yeah, are you Iskra?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Iskra. It's nice to meet you. What are you guys doing here? Who are you?
Well, we're with a guild called the Fire-Breathing Kittens, and we saw your job flyer for, I think it was protection while you do training for an upcoming fight that could be very lucrative for you, and so we would like to assist you by fulfilling that requirement.
Excellent. She puts down the bamboo training sword and holds up one finger and says, "I'll be right back. Stay here." And then dashes off into the recesses of the house. Before you can blink, she's back with a pack. It's one of those, like, really tall camping backpacks with a rolled-up sleeping mat on the top of it, and clearly a week's worth of rations, a water canteen, everything all packed and ready to go. Someone calls after her in the house. It sounds like Rosika the elf, and says, "I'll manage the bamboo sword production while you're gone. Like we agreed." And Iskra says, "Thanks so much, girl." And then she leaves her small business in the hands of her partner and closes the door behind her, and you have obtained one Iskra Ekuan, a green-skinned, very fit sword-fighting adventurer in training.
Do we have...
Okay, she can go in the bag of holding.
Do we have an idea of basically what species she would belong to?
What would you roll to be able to determine that?
Perhaps I would go for history.
Okay, go ahead and roll a history check.
Less good, 10.
Okay, with a 10, you can say that it doesn't look like she's anything dangerous. She looks kind of like a person with green skin.
Okay.
I mean,
Can I do it too? Can I roll?
Sure.
I'll do a roll. I have +7. 21.
Okay, you can tell that it looks kind of like a certain Marvel Cinematic Universe person, where she really does look like a human, except she's got green skin.
Oh, okay. She's a Gamora.
She's a Gamora, whatever that is.
Cool.
Weirdly enough, that wasn't my first thought. I was thinking
Same.
She-Hulk,
But then,
the first one. So
Yeah, I was thinking, we're not walking around with a Hulk, are we? But,
No.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like a normal like wouldn't raise.
Sexy
she
Hulk.
does have green skin. Oh my. If people wouldn't like be afraid of her or anything. Yeah.
Cool.
it's a good
All right.
thing that the copyright law is not a thing in this universe, apparently. So,
Lead the way, Iskra. Well, let's go train.
Okay, she takes you to the train station and pays her way.
Oh, I
Hand in
said
one
I
gold.
thought I meant train, I didn't mean to get on a train.
Oh, she hands a gold to the bee lady and buys a ticket for Mount Hokkaido, to train.
I will follow suit.
before we go through, I just want to kind of lean over to Nesgrax and just kind of go, "Hey, so you with that bee lady? Do you need a bit of a wingman help? Because I can go up before you and put in a good word for you.
Thanks, Mendax, but I think me and Bee Lady need to hash this out ourselves. And I go up to Bee Lady.
Okay, I gotcha. I
I go
gotcha.
up to Bee Lady. I say, "Hey, how's it going? Look, I know we've had a thing in the past, but I need to let you know that my heart belongs to another, and it's not fair for me to lead you on like this. And I just, there might not even be anything. It might not even be remotely, physically, even anatomically possible for me to be with this other person, but I have to follow my heart, and my heart tells me that we cannot be together, so I'm sorry."
Okay.
You hear Mendax from behind you just go, "Look, it's fine. Just do them both and figure it out later."
So I rolled on a dice and she doesn't remember you.
Oh, God.
That's awkward.
But she's very polite and she puts her hands, which are, if you've ever seen bee paws up close, they're furry, I guess, a little bit. And she settles this fluffy hand on yours and says, "That's the right decision." And then gives you a ticket for free.
Thank you, Bee Lady.
Immediately after Nesgrax is done, I will approach and say, "Hi, I don't have any declarations of love, but I would also like a ticket."
That'll be 1 gold.
Would a declaration of love make that less?
Roll a persuasion check.
Here we go.
20.
Meet it to beat it. Sure. What do you do to persuade her? So you're going to succeed, but describe what you did.
Because it seemed like I understand that that situation was probably very awkward, and I just want you to know that you handled it very well, and I'm glad that you didn't break his heart. You seem like a good person.
She's down 2 gold for the day as she hands you a ticket as well. She might not make any money today at work. All right. Mendax.
I'm mostly just thinking how funny it would be if it was actually a different bee lady. And the first bee lady is actually really into Nesgrax, but he can't tell them apart.
Oh, it could be because she didn't recognize him.
Yeah. Maybe you've just got unrequited love out there. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of walk up and just go, "Hi, I'm famous. We don't really meet that much. Have some money." And I just kind of chuck some, hang on, let me roll a 19 gold pieces.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to have to roll her corruption check. She failed to. She accepts the 19 gold and sticks them in her pocket and hands you a 1-week train ticket, I guess. So you can ride the train as much as you want for a week.
Yay.
You guys have day passes, by the way.
I'm going to abuse this so much.
I just got done telling her she was a good person, too.
I guess, right after you weren't looking, she's like, sweet, money.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Who double paid for a week ticket. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right, you are all able to board the train. The train is a pretty nice looking, like this is a sleek train. It's one of the high speed ones. There are also trains that stop at every single stop, and then there are trains that stop at just the major hubs. This is one of the major hub ones. It goes from the central station in Nikamui all the way to the Hokkaido adventuring stop, which many people have visited before. They know that there's a snack stall, etc. At the place that you get off, there is a recently constructed leisure area that has a cafe and some lounge chairs and a little pool.
Oh, this is pretty swank.
Does anyone want to go swimming?
Yes.
Absolutely. Iskra, are you in with us?
Oh, yeah.
Nesgrax just gets naked immediately. He's just standing there naked.
Completely naked?
Yes.
Okay, the lifeguard blows a whistle.
Don't be such a prude. Okay,
it's
he
awkward.
puts back on
blows
his
the whistle loudly.
he puts back on his underpants.
Okay, there you go. There are 2 short whistle bursts as the lifeguard shakes a finger at you. But yeah.
I mean, just biologically speaking, I would like to point out that as a dragonborn, Nesgrax should have a cloaca. So,
but the thing is, it's huge. I have a huge cloaca. What's a cloaca?
Okay,
I'm going into the pool. And moving on.
All right, Jasper's in the pool. There's a lifeguard on duty. There's small children playing in it. And
not anymore.
Their parents are drinking their cappuccino and cafe latte. And all right, that's the scene. You've got...
Oh, party.
Are there drinks here, or is it mainly like a cafe?
Because it's 9 o'clock in the morning, this is currently in its cafe mode. It turns into a bar later at night.
Okay. It is a train station, right? So the concept of time is a little bit fuzzy in transport stations. Maybe we can find the bar.
I'm so down with you. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go find some colorful drinks with teeny tiny umbrellas in.
The adventurers head into the cafe and miss the following thing, unless, I mean, everybody roll a perception check. I mean, you all are heading into the cafe, though, right? But, yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, perception, I got 14, so...
18.
I got neither of those. I got a 10.
Yeah, all of you don't see the following. As she swims laps in the pool, Iskra bumps into someone that she knows lying on a lounge chair. A white human male is laying on a lounge chair next to a flower pot with pink begonias. He lowers his sunglasses, sits up, and calls out, "Iskra!" and waves and beckons. Iskra hears him and stops swimming laps and swims over to the side of the pool and leans her forearms on the edge of the stone edge of the pool. "I didn't expect to see you here, Layla. The tournament's coming up." A waiter brings Layla an orange drink with ice cubes and an umbrella. There you go. They exist. Setting it on a small table next to his lounge chair. "You're here, but you're not training?" "Honey, look at me. One doesn't need to train when they're already perfect. A little birdie told me you want to join my party in the upcoming tournament. Don't worry, I'll protect you." He stands up smoothly, picking up his drink as he does, and walks towards Iskra. He doesn't have a shirt on, and he's just wearing a towel wrapped around his bathing suit. Iskra rolls her eyes. "You should at least test yourself. See if you can make it to the top of this mountain. Hire some adventurers to bail you out if you can't." Haha, winning the tournament won't be a problem. He snaps his fingers, and an imp appears on his shoulder with a rose. Layla leans his face closer to Iskra's and breathes into her ear, "For you, my lady," and holds the rose up. Iskra quietly says, "Ugh." and does not accept the rose. She instead kicks off the wall and starts swimming laps again. Layla calls after her, "We should go out to dinner after you get back."
But none of us hear this because we're too intent on going to get drinks, and that is fine.
I do think Jasper would have liked to bring Iskra with us to get drinks. So if he realizes that she is not there, she is not coming with us, he'll go back and ask her if she would like to join us.
I did say that she hopped in the pool, so I'm going to say that that happened. And as you come out, she accepts your offer and hops out of the pool and walks in with you guys, taking a towel out of her large camping pack and not dripping on the floor or anything. She's prepared. And you all emerge from the cafe holding fruity drinks. What are you all holding?
Yay.
I'm definitely holding a pineapple with the top cut off, and there's an orange liquid inside with a umbrella.
I think I've got half of a watermelon, basically, but like a tiny watermelon. But a tiny watermelon is still a lot of liquid. So basically one of those with some liquor poured in and then put into a blender and then poured back inside the watermelon.
Mendax has a bubblegum martini. It's bright blue, but has a nice little... It does have an umbrella as well, and it's probably quite disgusting, but he's too proud to say anything about it.
Been there. Yep. The day passes. It is now noon. You've spent 2 hours here at this cafe next to the train station, enjoying your fruity drinks, and you're on the other side of the building from the pool for some reason. Iskra shows you to that chair area, so she doesn't have to look at Layla. All right.
Does she seem like she's acting, I guess, steamed from the encounter or something along those lines?
Roll an insight check.
All right. 22.
Ooh, you can tell that something's off. Yeah, you can tell that she looks a bit irritated.
You know, most people would be pretty relaxed after going into a pool and sipping on an entire half watermelon worth of booze. Is there something wrong?
It was just someone I know was in the pool. I would prefer that we head out soon.
What's the problem? How do you know this person?
I met them at the dojo that I used to train at. They were a few years older than me, and they didn't really train, per se. They just were there to hang out, I guess. And eventually I got stronger than them because I worked hard, and we aren't the best of friends because of that.
Oh, okay. Well, that all sounds pretty run-of-the-mill for a couple of rival fighters, if you know what I mean.
Were you friends before that?
No. So, that mountain, and she points at the mountain in the distance. It's snowy on top.
Yeah?
We're going to need some more drinks.
Okay, 3
Some
hours
hot drinks.
pass, and you have a second round of the same drink. It's now 3 p.m.
Drinking montage.
So as the drinking montage passes on, I think Jasper will be asking Iskra more details about why she wants to win this competition. Like, what does it mean to her? As he's writing down notes to use in this montage.
Okay, I'll summarize it because I don't want to spend too much time on this, but she is a successful entrepreneur. She has a bamboo sword production company. She and her collaborators have amassed a small empire. They have vertically integrated the supply line, and they produce bamboo swords for cheaper than anyone around, and they're better quality than anyone else's. So she's got the money to invest in herself, and she sees winning the fighting tournament as something that she always wanted to do, and now she has the time and energy to do it. So as a long-lived race, it's like, what if you were 70 and you weren't old? Like, you got the income, now win the tournament, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good to know. And I think as soon as we have responsibly or irresponsibly intoxicated ourselves, we should leave for the mountain.
Okay. Do the rest of you head out and follow Jasper?
Yes, of course.
Let's just get a quick couple for the road first, because it's going to be a bit of a long journey up there. And I don't know about you, but, if this is training, then I like it. But maybe we should get some, nuts, kind of boozy hot chocolate, just to kind of keep us a bit... What? Hang on. Words? No, hang on. Wait. What's that taste in your... Is that weird? Do you have that taste in your mouth too?
You know what gets that taste out? Kebabs. Who wants a kebab?
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
An hour passes, and our heroes have a small travel keg, which is a
spinning
keg
meat
on wheels. It has it's sort of like a tank bottom where it can conveyor belt itself over any territory, and it's magically insulated so that it has hot chocolate inside of it and alcohol. And our heroes are holding kebab. It's now 5 p.m. and the light is less intense than it was at noon.
That's perfect. We're going to wait until sunset so we can walk up the mountain at sunset.
It's 7 p.m. and our heroes have eaten their kebabs. They've spent the day drinking by the pool. Iskra's a little bit disappointed. Gotta admit. And at sunset, she is standing there waiting to go.
Let's go. I'm glad that you have that kind of spirit, but there are optics that we have to consider if you want a good montage. Trust us, we're professionals. And so Jasper will start walking up the mountain, occasionally looking back behind him to make sure that his drunken companions are coming with him.
I don't know about you guys, but this mountain looks really high. I have a fly spell, and I think I can use it on 2 other people. Does anybody else have a fly spell where you just get up this thing?
I can't. Hang on. Let me look at the back of my ukulele even. Ooh, words. Because I figure Mendax has just written all the spells he knows on the back of his instrument, just so he can kind of flip it over and just have a look. Because wizards get spell books and everything, and sorcerers don't really need them so much because it's more innate. But bards are okay, what songs do I know? It's just got him scrawled on the back of his lute. But I do happen to know the spell Windwalk, if that helps. That's gaseous form, but for multiple people. So I can turn everyone into gas and we can just float up.
I'm already a little gassy, so it shouldn't be that hard. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
What's the duration of that spell?
8 hours.
Holy cow. All right, and what's the movement speed of people doing that spell?
300 feet.
What? Okay, so hilariously, the theme for this episode, this is normally the creative process, and I don't normally tell you guys this, but the theme for this episode is the grasshopper and the ant, where Iskra is the ant, and that guy by the pool was the grasshopper.
Well, now the tables have turned.
And now you're all the grasshopper. Just fly right to the...
We're the flying ants.
You make amazing progress up this mountain. 300 feet is... So normally characters have a 35 feet movement. So this is 10 times faster than you could normally move. And you zoom... If Iskra had started walking in the beginning of the day, she would not have gotten as far as you guys are now as you touch down way up in the mountain. You can't see the pool area or the cafe, and instead you are surrounded by tall cliffs. There is a path you can see as you alight down that will take you to the top of the mountain. This is the top of the mountain path. And this path winds itself back and forth like I think in a river they call this a saddleback motion with when a river goes left and right like that. So you are able to land way up on one of those sharp curves of the path as it tries to make its way up the steep rocky face.
That seems like enough progress for one day.
And it's 8 hours past 7, so it's
morning.
1 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's
3 o'clock in the morning.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Party
3 o'clock
time.
in the morning, and the stars are more visible here than they ever were in the city of Nicomoy. Also, Iskra's very tired.
Yeah, I just want to turn to her quickly and just go, like we said, we're professionals, okay?
Still
and
drunk?
I've only... I'm going to just kind of like cover my head with my mouth as I throw up a little bit. Just go, like I said, we're professionals. You could have spent the whole day just walking up. Whereas, what we do instead is we have a good time. We party a bit. And you want to spend your energy training, right? Now you can do that without having walked this whole way up. And I just need a little lie down right now. So I will go and find a bush real quick. Mendax wanders off and just collapses in a bush.
Well, I guess I'll keep watch then.
Oh, thank you. And I just fall asleep on the floor. I just like, pass out on my face.
Jasper, since you're the only one still awake and you're keeping watch, Iskra's going to work out. Now, she only has to sleep 4 hours a night. How many hours a night do you have to sleep?
I believe I have to sleep the normal amount.
Okay, a normal amount. So that's 8.
So 8, yes.
Yeah, so if she keeps watch for 4 hours and then sleeps for 4 hours, you would have to stay up for those 4 hours. And then, so this would take 12 hours. Am I doing that math right?
Unless I wake somebody else up to take another 2 hours, in which case it would take 10. And I'll pick that person at random.
Okay. Are you taking the first watch?
I'll take the first watch, and I'll wake somebody else up for the other half of it. And that person shall be Mendax.
Oh, 5 more minutes. Come on, I don't want to go to school today.
I'm going to sleep now.
Yeah.
You can keep on sleeping if you want, but if we get ambushed, I am going to report it as your fault.
Wait, who you going to report it to? We're freelancers.
I suppose myself, since I am my own HR representative.
Well, good luck with that. Okay.
Point of order, there is HR in the fire-breathing kittens. You guys just have never tried to use it before, but it does exist. But you party up, like, by choice, so it's not usually an issue. Anyway, So I rolled such that the night passes uneventfully. And it's about 2 p.m. for you all to have rested. So the sky is sunny and clear. There aren't clouds. And you guys start walking, or are you doing the flying thing?
Yeah.
I think that would depend on what Iskra would want, since this is ultimately her inspirational journey.
Okay. She says to you, I would love to walk because then I can fight some stuff and get some experience.
Oh. Suddenly, I see. Well, yeah, let's do it. We're with you. I'll stand a few feet behind you. You seem like you can take care of yourself, really.
I'll just be back here cheering you on.
So Iskra is leading the way, getting all the experience from the pit traps and the potential dangers. Okay. She heads up the hill on the road. So, the adventure begins. Woo. So, all right.
1 hour in.
I've prepared some random encounters for you guys, 7 of them. This one is first. You're walking down the mountain path. At the side of the road, there is a small shrine. How do you all respond?
Can I identify what the shrine is to?
Jasper and Nesgrax are walking closer to the shrine. Mendax, what are you doing?
I'm holding my head in my hands going, oh, God. When was the last time I had a hangover like this? Oh, this must have been, last week? Yeah. It's a good party. I wonder what he's up to nowadays. Ah. In other words, he does not notice anything.
Okay. Nesgrax and Jasper, you see a waist-high stone statue under a sloped roof. At the feet of the statue is a metal offering plate with 3,000 gold on it.
That's a lot.
Now, for me, old Nesgrax would say, F this guy, just take that gold. But I'm getting a weird feeling about it now. I don't know if I've just spent too much time, fighting for the side of good, or maybe there's just something else in the air. I don't know. I think maybe I'm going to take out, let's say 5 gold, and I'll put that on the plate in reverence to whatever sort of deity this might be.
Can I try to identify what kind of deity it might be, for that matter?
Yeah, do a religion check.
23.
Okay. This is Saint Christopher, the patron saint of travels.
Oh, this is all getting very Catholic now.
So, this is Saint Christopher, the patron saint of travels, and he clearly must be a very powerful saint to have inspired such reverence and also such loyalty. Because I can't imagine we're the only people who've come up this way.
Mendax, do a perception check.
Loudly. 13.
Your friends aren't near you. That's all you know.
Huh? I thought I had a bit more elbow room. Yo, guys, what up?
Nesgrax and Jasper, do a perception check.
17?
15.
Jasper
hears Mendax.
Mendax? Where did you go?
Yo! I mean, I'm here. Can I see them?
Yeah, at this point, because Jasper's calling back at you can.
Dude, I'm literally here.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you didn't get lost. Did you have a nice trip?
I mean, I walked about 10 steps, so yeah, I guess. What's that old part of... Oh, is that cash?
Yes, that's gold. It's the shrine to the patron Saint Christopher of Travels. I'm not sure if that means anything to you.
Sounds like a bit of a sucker's game, to be honest. How much cash is there? Just
about 3,000 gold or so, and 5 extra gold pieces.
Is that right?
And 5 Saint Christopher. He looks up in the air like, hi.
Now, I'm just thinking amongst myself, if I took the gold and put it back, can I count that as a charitable contribution to write off against tax?
Make an accounting check.
I am not entirely familiar with the tax code of our organization.
I rolled a 5 for accounting, which is, I think, in character.
You think that you would have to pay a huge gift tax on 3,000 gold first before getting the benefit of the deductible of the charitable donation. And you aren't sure if St. Christopher's a 501c registered charity or not.
And that's not worth the effort, to be honest. It seems a bit of a palaver, if I'm honest. So, no, I'm good. I don't carry cash with me. Sorry, I'm not available. I just start walking again.
Did you just apologize to a shrine?
None of your business.
Well, let's follow him then. And I'll continue walking with Mendax.
Are we with Iskra still?
She actually didn't see the shrine, so she's still walking, and she turns around as you guys rejoin the road and is like, oh, now notices that you were back there.
Apologies, we got distracted by God.
Yeah, these guys always got suckered into donating to this weird cause. It was amazing, man.
I mean, I wish I could have donated. I'm poor.
I think I'm still a bit drunk. Ooh.
This is a talent. I've never seen somebody stay drunk for this long without actually drinking anything.
Well, I'm a qualified actor, matey boy. So if I want to be drunk, then I can be drunk. And he throws up just a teeny bit more. So, see, acting. And it's not that I've been drinking from this cask the entire time, because I haven't. I took a quick break. 10 minutes ago, but that's it. The rest of the time I've been drinking, all right? You fight me, okay? Fight me. What are we talking about?
We're talking about continuing to walk.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? Sounds like fun.
Iskra leads the party up a small embankment. You can see a bit of level land beyond, and the view from here is beautiful. Looking out on your right, the ground slopes down and down towards the train station, and then all the way out in the distance, you know there is the city of Nikamui and the ocean. Right now, this flat area has become a bit wider. The path it's sort of like a scenic overlook, sort of like if you're on the highway and they're like scenic overlook 1 mile, and then you can stop there and park your car and look around, take a little break. And there is, everyone do a perception check and I'll tell you what you see.
11.
Natural 20, which does not make sense
11.
Considering how wasted I am.
Yeah.
Okay, a natural 20, how would that work? That would...
I don't know.
Well, you can bump into people, I guess. Or you could... Oh, I know. Okay, so because you're drunk, you trip and stumble. But because you rolled a natural 20, you turn that into an athletic and graceful lounge as you're looking out at the scenic overlook. So because you rolled so well and you just... You've trained yourself how to fall for just this situation. You land on the ground uninjured, and this gives you a new perspective on the area. You're able to see over in the distance, so this is kind of like a local maximum, and then in the distance, there's a path, the continuation of the path, and a man standing there with a white Renaissance-style shirt, standing in the middle of the path, not walking in either direction, facing away from you. And you saw this because you were low to the ground, relaxing. Everyone else is like looking at the view or something.
Guys, I think I'm a bit more drunk than I thought I am, because it looks like there's some dude over there is looking wistfully into the distance like some sort of nerd.
So there is.
Yeah, Nesgrax turns to the guy. He goes, "That shirt, I need it."
Oh, Nesgrax, you're quite far away from this guy. It's sort of like on a path that loops around the mountains. So the path is very narrow and hugging the side of the mountain. And you guys are on this like flat area that's wide where you can go side by side. But he's on like a super narrow area that wraps around the mountain a few times. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's not walking.
Hey. Nesgrax.
Hmm?
I will give you 1,000 gold pieces to go push him off.
That sounds... Oh, what a dilemma.
He might not die.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, we could cast Featherfall on him if we really want, but I just want to see it happen.
I'll tell you what. I'll go up to him. I'll sort of like start a conversation, and I'll see if he's,
Oh yeah, just like compliment him and start patting him on the back, but just do it a bit too hard.
Yeah, well...
And then he just goes, whee!
I'll see what kind of a guy he is. Maybe he can help us out or something.
And then I'll cast Featherfall on him as he falls, and then we just go, oh, I saved your life. Can I have money?
Well, yeah, I would trust you with that, Mendax, but I don't really trust your aim.
I'm
at
fine.
The
I'm
moment.
only a little bit
You'd probably
wasted.
cast Featherfall on like a stick, and yeah, that would kill him. So. Anyway, I'm going to go check this guy out. You feel free to join me if you like. And so we start walking.
Yeah, hang on. Let me make myself look good. And then Mendax just kind of like plays with his hair and just kind of like tousles it a bit and just goes, "Okay, I'm ready to go. Hang on, let me just center myself." And he's like very shaky. He's like, "Okay, I'm good to go. I will fall over." Opens his eyes and goes, "Whoa, when did it get so bright in it?" Ooh. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay. What is the order of the party as you are approaching on this single file road towards this person? And by the way, once you step down from the scenic overlook, you can't see him anymore. You can only see the path because of the way the mountain curves and twists. It has to be single file.
Yeah, Nesgrax will go first.
Sounds like
I'll go second.
yeah. Sounds like I'm bringing up the rear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like Iskra should be somewhere in between us, maybe second from last.
All right. Nesgrax, you're walking around the curves of the mountain on the narrow path. Each curve, you think you're going to get to the guy, but it's actually much further than you thought it was. So when you do finally round the corner and see him facing away from you, not moving, it almost takes you by surprise. You're like, whoa, oh yeah, I was looking for this guy, but like, oh, here he is. This is the one.
I make like a little scream, like, ah!
He doesn't react to the little scream.
I tap him on the shoulder.
You reach out your hand to tap him on the shoulder. Before you can reach him, he turns around and faces you. He looks kind of like Jack from Titanic.
I say, hello, sexy.
He recognizes you, and he says, Nesgrax? The moment he says that word, and as his face recognizes yours, and as he sobs your name, he shatters apart into dust and vanishes in the wind. I'm channeling a lot of Marvel Cinematic Universe here today.
I reach out for the dust. I go, Jack! Jack! I don't do that because I don't know his name. I say, that was odd.
Did you know that person?
Dude, I said push him off the cliff, not crumble him into dust. What's wrong with you?
Not me. He turned to dust all by himself.
Okay, so I don't have to pay you. That's good to know. Cheers.
Did you know that person? He seemed
No,
like he
but-
knew you.
He said my name. I've never seen that man before in my life, but if we had met, I bet we spent a beautiful night together, breaking class barriers and sharing a romance and, just really sucking the marrow out of life before, some horrible historic event.
I don't know about that, buddy. I mean, if the bee lady was anything to go by, it seems you're not that memorable in the sack.
Well, that was rude.
That was super rude.
Well, I'm just saying, it's what I've seen,
cast-
and
I cast-
it's okay
I cast
because
vicious mockery on Mendax.
oh, you want to start this with me, do you, buddy? Okay, well,
No, I don't. I don't do that. I say, just back off, man. Okay, back off.
all right, okay. I mean, just didn't want to hurt your pride or anything, but just constructive criticism. That's what I'm just saying.
Everybody,
okay?
please
All
roll
right.
initiative.
Oh,
Okay.
15.
I have a 5.
17.
Did you get everybody?
Yep. All right. I did that because I don't want to break up the pace later when I need it. And
Okay.
I did want to break up the mean drunk fight. So you are standing there on this single file path that's weaving its way up the mountain, having a bit of a fight, perhaps a bit sad, not having the best of times. When a bolt of lightning appears out of the sky out of nowhere, you've all rolled initiative, it distracted you for a second, and now you're back to the path.
This mountain's freaky. I like it.
This.
Boy, I am quite glad I'm a little bit tipsy, because if I was sober, whoa, this would be an interesting day.
I really wanted to be the scary one today, and now I feel like that's gone out the window. I am scared.
You can still be the scary one. Don't worry.
Thank you, Jasper.
Compared to the rest of us, you are maybe the scariest, other than Iskra. Iskra is very scary. She seems like she's a very competent fighter, and
Yeah, she's barely said anything, and that is very intimidating. Is she still here?
But can she do this? And I throw my staff down, and it turns into a snake.
Okay.
And I turn it back into a staff.
Ah, snake!
Go ahead and roll a performance check.
Oh, okay. 17.
Iskra's impressed. Yeah. She cannot do that. She gets out her sword and, like, does some fencing poses that have names. A Tybalt. She does it. I don't know. And and she's like, "This is what I've got." Yep.
Oh, very impressive. I wish I could do something else, but I feel like I'm going to need all of my power for, possibly to protect you in some ultimate battle.
Mm.
So I'll keep it in my back pocket for now.
Mm. She says,
But have
"I'm
you
glad you guys are here."
By the way, have you seen my book made of eyelids?
She hadn't yet. Now she has, and she takes a step back in the wrong direction, off the mountain, in surprise at your book of eyelids. She's got 1 foot off the mountain and is teetering in midair. Mendax, you're up first in the initiative. Nesgrax has scared Iskra off the mountain.
Uh-oh. Okay, so I get the feeling that if I try to grab, I'm going to try and talk not drunk right now. I get the feeling that if I try to grab her, it would not go well because, as we know, Mendax is kind of drunk. So, what would be the best way of not letting her fall? Well, I'm just thinking, if I've still got my Ember Kitten on my shoulder, just hanging out, I could grab her by the tail, and just like yeet her across so we can grab onto Iskra's shoulder, like a little fairy grappling hook.
Okay. Make some kind of roll to see if that succeeds, and I, the DM, will set the difficulty for that.
Well, that sounds like a, I don't know, sleight of hand. It's definitely trying to do something with my hands anyway. So, where's sleight of hand gone? There it is. I'm guessing this fails, but 16.
It does fail, but you don't yeet E off of the mountain.
That is good. Otherwise, we'd have another problem.
Yeah. So all that happens is that you kind of like throw your cat and then grab it by the tail, and Kitty unhappy sounds and scratches on Mendax. Next up is Nesgrax. She's now fallen by 6 seconds. She had a bad reaction to your Book of Eyelids.
Wow.
And she stepped off of the mountain, fell, got a cat thrown at her, kept falling.
So wait, so she's been falling for 6 seconds?
That's how long one turn is. So.
Oh my god.
I thought the entire round was 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. No, she is just at the edge of the path and the air, not yet having fallen for 6 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. Is she in touching distance?
Yeah. You could
okay. I can reach and just grab her.
You could try that. The cat throw wasn't very successful, so the reach out and grab.
Okay. I'll say like she's just like I can't exactly just like grab onto her hand, but I can touch her and I cast fly on her.
Oh, cool. How long does that last?
10 minutes.
So you see her dip over the edge of the path and then bob back up, like bobbing for apples, where it goes down and comes back up. And she floats at the edge of the mountain and back onto the path. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Whew. Training montages are better with supervision." Man, that is a Book of Eyelids, isn't it?
It sure is.
Oh, you're terrifying.
Oh, please. No, I don't mean... okay, thank you. Let's just keep moseying.
Let's move away from the edge of the mountain and keep going.
Yeah.
All right. You guys walk down again, there's not much to see very far in front of you because the curves of the mountain are making the path, it's basically just a lot of sky and cliff is what you can see. So there's a long way down off to your right. Are you guys afraid of heights? Or are you good with heights?
I think Jasper's good with heights.
Nesgrax can deal with heights, but he gets very nervous about them. much like myself.
I'd say Mendax is fine. He's just, he's still a little boozy, so he's just trying to stay away from the edge. But no, he's kind of all right with him.
Okay, Jasper, roll perception with advantage. Nesgrax, roll perception with disadvantage. And Mendax, just roll a straight perception. And let's see what you guys see as you're walking on this narrow path.
Got a 14.
I got a 9 with disadvantage. That's my low roll.
I got a 13.
Okay, so Nesgrax is the only one who doesn't see a shadow pass overhead.
As the shadow passes overhead, Jasper will look up towards where he believes the shadow to be coming from.
Jasper looks up and sees the shadow is coming from a huge winged creature flying overhead. You see a spot break away from the winged creature and get closer and closer and closer as... And this, I don't know if that worked, but I was supposed to be rotating towards the microphone, so it'd be louder at the end. Anyway, so a scream gets louder and louder and louder, and Jasper sees a person falling from that large-scaled flying creature, splat on the path in front of you, 30 feet in front of you, missing the party, but, yeah. With a very loud, kind of disgusting sound, boom, the scream ends suddenly as the man falls out of the sky and splats on the ground in front of the party. Whew. Now, I'm glad I had you guys roll initiative, because Jasper, we're going to start the round with you, seeing that.
Oh, boy. So I'm pretty sure that this person is dead, but what is the creature that he fell off of doing at this point?
It's continuing its motion. It didn't even notice, really. It didn't care.
In that case, I think Jasper is actually going to try to get underneath something, or maybe just against the side of the mountains to avoid its notice.
Okay. Do a stealth check.
All right. I'll do my best. Oh, nat 20, 27 total.
Okay, you hop below the path and hide under the ledge, and the creature can't see you from above. So you, all right, drop down with your hands holding onto the ledge and swing your feet and kick so that you swing and you cling to the cliff face under the path. Okay, next up in the initiative is Mendax. There is a flying dinosaur overhead, and there's a splatted person 30 feet in front of you.
I wish to go look at the splatty person.
You reach them. Your movement's probably 30 feet or less, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think it's 30 without looking.
Yeah, you reach them.
Yeah, 30. Mm-hmm. I want to just kind of just check them out, see what sort of person they are, where any distinguishing features that aren't covered in mush. Anything in the pockets, so that's probably going to be some form of investigation check.
All right.
Okay, that's not very good. That's a 9.
You reach into the pocket and it's all wet in there. That's your turn. Nesgrax.
It's mushy.
I run up to the dead guy and I cast Speak with Dead.
None of you are going to save this person. Okay.
No, I don't. Oh, are we elected? Well, I don't think I have anything I can save.
Is he alive?
Well, in D&D, a person has death saving throws, so they're dead, but they're not. So they're only mostly dead. They're not all dead.
Oh.
I mean, if a body is described as mushy, I would say they are long gone. It's not just going to, reform it itself.
Well, you didn't do a medicine check. All right, so Nesgrax, keep going.
Yeah, that's what we want. The drunk guy doing medicine checks.
So I cast Speak with Dead. So you grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth.
It does.
Does he have a mouth? Okay.
Yeah.
And he can't be undead. So the spell fails if the corpse was the target of this spell within the last 10 days. I think
it was not.
Okay. I think that's all the important stuff without reading the rest of it.
It's only been a corpse for about less than 6 seconds, so... All right,
Cool.
yeah. How many? You get 5 questions, right?
I don't think this has like a limit to the questions. He's going to be alive for 10.
Yes or no?
Is it?
Yeah.
Until the spells, you can ask. Oh, up to 5. You're right. Up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I say, "Hey, buddy."
It opens its eyes.
Oh, I'm never going to get used to that. I shudder. Hey, what happened to you?
It can answer, I think, with yes or no, by the way.
Oh, is that it? No, 5 questions. The corpse only knew what it knew in life. The corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer. The spell doesn't return the soul to the body. The corpse can't learn new information. No, it just says 5 questions.
Oh, answers are
yeah.
usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So what was your question exactly? It was...
Oh, yeah. What happened to you?
I died.
I mean, we know what happened. He went all mushy.
That's one.
Did someone do this to you?
That Amborgiana did it.
Okay. Who's Amborgiana?
The giant flying dragon type thing above you.
What's her beef with you?
She thinks of us as beef.
Oh.
Ask it if it's got any valuables. I couldn't find any, but I just want to be sure.
Do you have anything valuable that didn't turn into mush?
My children. And then he passes on.
Oh.
We said valuable. Come on.
Okie dokie then. I think that was it, right? Was that 5?
That was it. All right. And then
Yeah.
it's the Ambrosiana's turn. All right. It has moved further away from you.
That was lucky.
Jasper, it's your turn.
Wow, not for this guy.
Do we even want to try to fight this thing? I think we're fine with just letting it do its thing and continuing to climb, yeah?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Well, if it looks like the thing, it's going to try to dive bomb
I'm
us.
sorry, Jasper. It's actually Iskra's turn. I forgot her. And she can fly, so she flies after the Ambrosiana. Because she's here to
boy.
train. She wants to kill things. So, with a huge leap, Iskra jumps up into the air and, like Superman style, because she doesn't really know how she's flying, so she just puts 2 fists out in front of her. She flies up after the Ambrosiana. What's her movement speed when she flies?
60 feet.
So then she is 60 feet closer to the Ambrosiana. She's narrowing the distance between them. It has a fly speed of 80 feet, so it's actually still going faster than her. Okay. Now it's your turn, Jasper.
Okay, we're fighting it then. In that case, I'm going to use my bonus action to give Iskra a bardic inspiration dice.
Nice.
That is a 1d12, and at this point, since it appears that we are going to fight this thing, Jasper pulls himself up from the ledge, and so as we've been traveling up this mountain, the sun has been kind of like reflecting on everything, and his skin already kind of looked like very glowy as a result of how pale he is. But at this point, it almost looks like it's starting to glow as if it's his own light source, and his eyes themselves brighten, and as a pair of white radiant wings sprout from his back, and he flies after Iskra, just to make sure that she does not die.
Okay, so you guys watch as feathered Jasper takes off after Iskra. Did you guys know that was going to happen?
Did not see that coming.
Did someone spike the alcohol?
All right, Jasper, how many feet closer are you?
Only 30 feet.
Okay. All right, gotcha. But you are in pursuit. Mendax, it's your turn.
So how far away is this Emborgiana?
380 feet. Most of it vertical.
Okay. That is a little bit of a way, isn't it? So what'd you say, Nesgrax? Fancy a lift?
How far away did you say it was?
380 feet, most of it vertical, 80 of it horizontal. So it's 300 feet vertical. I'm doing really bad math. I'm just 300 feet up and 80 feet horizontal.
Okay.
The X and Y dimensions are independent.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a lift. Mendax, sounds good.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to cast Fly at 4th level so I can target both myself, and Nesgrax.
Nice.
All three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will take my movement to fly 60 feet upwards.
Okay. So you are...
I'm a little wobbly still.
So you're all in quick pursuit of the Emborgiana. I'm going to do a little story time where you're all flying. So rather than make you do math and make me do math and then upset the people actually doing the math, finding out that we were doing it wrong, I'm just going to say
Is
that
anyone actually doing that? If you are doing that, please send me an email and we'll have a talk.
I don't know. So after a while, you guys are now way above the mountain. The path is just a small ribbon in the distance beneath you. Nesgrax, who was afraid of heights, is being held by Mendax the drunk as he does loop-de-loos and spirals through the air. Jasper, who is not afraid of heights, doesn't notice the screaming behind him. And you're all in closing the distance between you and this giant... Now, it's not a dragon, because you guys aren't high enough level to take down a dragon actually officially. But this is a dinosaur. It has huge bat-like wings spread out. It's sort of like, picture like a manta ray, if you've ever seen how large those are. It blocks out the sun. And now that you're closer, you can see that clutched in its 2 claws are human people. That one of them is kicking their arms and legs, and the other one's kind of limp. And as the flapping of the wings takes the Emborgiana up and down, the limp one's head is kind of like going up and down, like they're either unconscious or dead. And you are watching this ancestor of birds approach a region in the mountain that has a nest. The nest is woven out of, let's face it, whole trees that the Emborgiana has uprooted from the mountainside, and the soft down of many dead sheep that it has plucked from farms. And it alights on the edge of the nest. You guys are close enough to see a baby Emborgiana stick its very long beak, terrifying dinosaur head, out of the nest. And the Emborgiana sets down and starts to feed the baby, the people. So you guys are, I'm going to say that you close the distance enough to only be maybe 50 feet behind it. And I'm just going to lump you all together there and say you're all 50 feet behind it. It totally doesn't care about you at all. Nesgrax, it's your turn. We're just continuing the turn order.
Okay. I cast Hold Monster. So the Ambrosia needs to make a wisdom saving throw. And if that doesn't
It rolled
happen,
a 16.
Ooh! The DC is 16.
Meet it to beat it.
Let's see. So wait, do I have to roll?
I think it just beat it.
No.
Yeah, it just beat it, didn't it? Yeah, okay. So I go, damn.
Yeah, this is like a dragon. It's statted like a dragon. It's your...
But
I'm not
it's a
level 20, but I want to
dinosaur.
fight a dragon fight. Yeah, it's a dinosaur. Mm-hmm.
How does it have that much wisdom?
It is statted like a dragon, you guys.
So if I
I would like to point out at this juncture that remember that Nesgrax is currently concentrating on keeping Iskra flying.
Oh, good point.
So if you cast any other concentration spells, that will cancel out and she will start to fall.
Oh, well, okay. So...
Also, if you get hit, you'll have to do concentration checks to keep that
And then
going.
we won't get paid,
As will I.
suspenders.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay, so where...
Mendax pulls out the D&D rulebook and just goes, okay, there's some stuff we need to pay attention to here. Then puts it away.
So where is Iskra right now?
She is currently not flying anymore because you cast a concentration spell 50 feet away from the nest.
Mm-hmm. So wait, so is she? Where was she when she stopped flying?
It's been less than 1 second since she stopped flying, so about the same elevation that she is right now.
So she's 50 feet above the net and falling?
Horizontal from the nest, out over the mountain. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. And I just cast Hold Monster, and now she's falling down.
Yes, she is. It's the Ambrosiana's turn, though.
Hmm.
Everyone, you're within 120 feet of the Ambrosiana, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're aware of it?
Yes?
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw.
That sounds like fun.
Ooh, net 20.
Well, I got an 8.
I got a 19. Yay.
Okay. The 8 is the only one that fails. While under this hypnotic presence effect, you're taking in this huge dinosaur in front of you and you're like, I've never seen a dinosaur before. You must succeed on another intelligence throw at the start of each of your turns or skip your turn.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait a second. I just thought of something.
Yeah.
I did not cast Fly on Iskra that time. She flew by herself.
No, she was using your fly from before because it had been less than 10 minutes.
Because okay, never mind. I forgot. Never mind. Okay, yes, you're right. Okay,
to
sorry. Go ahead.
encourage you guys to do a fights.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
All right. She's currently falling. Okay. So that happened, and then
We're hypnotized.
you're hypnotized, and then you're all kind of in a line. So it's going to do a breath attack against you. It's a 60-foot long line, 10 feet wide. So since you guys are clustered together within 10 feet of one another, and so is Iskra, even though she's about to not be, please make an intelligence saving throw for a mind-rending breath, which looks like a beam of pale light.
Oh, okay.
Because you're all clustered together, and you let me say that you were. You didn't tell me you weren't.
17.
6.
18.
Okay, the person who got an 18 takes half of 54. I don't know how much that is.
Oh,
Calculator
geez.
time. Hey.
27.
Hey, all right. Oh, smart people time. Okay. You take 27 psychic damage, Mendax, and everyone else takes 54 psychic damage, including Iskra. And your mind is rendered by this horrible scream and light beam of the dinosaur as you feel a basic primal fear of the massive dinosaur in front of you. That fear that you feel when you're in the jungle and you don't know what's in the distance and it's getting dark. That ends its turn, and let's see if that recharges. Nope, not this turn. Okay, so now it's Iskra's turn. She falls. Oh gosh. Yeah, does she fall? Yeah, she falls. Okay, Iskra, with a scream, starts falling and falls 60 feet down. That's a dash action, right? But, let's say that the mountain is there, so we'll have her take falling damage, and don't worry. I know you didn't mean to drop her, so she was pretty close to the nest, and she takes 10 falling damage. Wow, that was min. Okay. She took the minimum amount of falling damage. And what was her health? Dear Lord, now she has to lose 64 of it. Scrolling to the page with Iskra.
Yeah.
Okay. She's still up. You guys realize that she's very strong. Because she stands up as she lands on the mountain, doesn't even twist an ankle, just stands up. She's fine. And she shakes herself off and points herself in the direction of the nest. You can tell she's going to run up there with her sword next turn to save the people from its claws. Jasper, it's your turn.
I need to make an intelligence saving throw?
Oh gosh, yeah. You're hypnotized by the primal savagery in front of you.
Oh, that's an 18?
You pass. Or, nope, you don't pass. DC 19. So,
Oof.
now, please note that you skipped one turn because if a creature that succeeds on... Oh, wait, no, yeah. If you save twice, it ends. Yeah. But no, you don't get any, benefits. Okay, yeah, it could happen to you every turn. All right.
It might just, I need to roll a 19 or above to actually save.
Holy cow. Wow. Okay, Mendax. Jasper looks hypnotized by the incredible dinosaur in front of him. It's your turn.
Okay. Oh, we're going to have to start pulling out the big guns, aren't we?
It's a giant dinosaur. Yes.
Well, Mendax kind of looks down and just goes, okay, she's fine. I don't need to worry about that. And then turns his attention towards the big dinosaur and is like, okay, well, I've learned this spell for a reason, and I kind of wanna give it a go. So he's not going to require his ukulele for this. He's just going to give it a proper big stare and just go, hey, big boy, did you know that this sentence is a lie? And with that logical fallacy, he's going to cast Feeble Mind. It automatically takes 4d6 psychic damage. So that's 17 damage. And it's going to have to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, it took the 17 damage. Mm-hmm. I wrote down its new hit points just so that you know. It did take it. And then it makes a what save?
Intelligence save.
11?
Yes, that fails. Okay. Oh, hello. Let me read this out for you. Boys and girls, listen to this. On a failed save, the creature's intelligence and charisma scores become 1. The creature can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. The creature can, however, identify friends, follow them, and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days...
Oh.
The creature can repeat its saving throw against the spell, and if it succeeds, the spell ends.
I have both good and bad news for you. Breath attacks aren't spells.
But it is the dumbest thing we've ever come across now.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. It can identify friends, so it won't squish its eggs. Okay. Oh, by the way, you guys see perception check.
22.
26.
Ooh, 23.
You guys are very perceptive when you're paying attention and not drunk. There are 3 unhatched eggs. Nesgrax, we're back to you.
Yes.
The now very mentally enfeebled Ramborgiana is confused about why it's suddenly dramatically less intelligent and charismatic.
Okay. All right, guys. 3rd time's a charm. I cast Dominate Monster.
Whoa.
So, Dominate Monster. I attempt to beguile a creature that I can see within range. It must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, well, it's int and charisma are at -5 right now. Okay, Wisdom.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be Wisdom. I mean, if we can pull this one off, I think we've got a strong ally for the rest of the game here. So
for the next month anyway.
Yeah, the DC is 16.
Okay. It has easily passed because it has the stats of a dragon.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have another one of those perchance?
That's it, guys. I'm outie. And I just fly away.
It's worth a try.
No, I stick around, see what happens.
Okay. Oh, it's its turn. All right. So, are you all within 120 feet?
Yes.
I
and you didn't mention that you moved apart at all.
Fiddlesticks.
No, that is correct.
Yeah, that's true.
Here we go.
I think I said it when I said, hey, guys, I'm going to move away. Also, 3rd time's a charm. Remember that bit? everyone?
So Nesgrax is the only one who specifically cannot move further away from Mendax because Mendax is holding you.
Oh, yeah.
So you two have to be together. But you could have moved away from... But you didn't. Okay, so intelligence saving throw, please.
Because I forgot.
It's okay.
17.
10.
Also 17.
If you didn't get a 19 or above, you have disadvantage on intelligence checks and saving throws that are not made against Ambrosiana's hypnotic presence for 1 minute. While under this effect, the creature must succeed on a DC 19 intelligence saving throw at the start of each of its turns or skip its turn, okay? So remember that you have to do that at the start of your next turn.
Does that stack with the other one I have to do at the start of each of my turns?
Yeah, all of you have to do this now, because I think Mendax and Nesgrax both failed there, right?
Yes.
Do I have to do 2 at the start of each of my turns now?
No, it doesn't like stack like you have to do 2. No.
Okay.
But yeah, it's 2 casts of that hypnotic presence, but it's not a spell, so it actually doesn't have any spells. And then...
Well, this is going to be fun,
because
isn't it?
you guys are all within... You're all within 60 feet of it, and you're all within 10 feet of each other, like wide. So it makes... Oh, that one didn't recharge. So it makes a bewildering breath. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
8.
Boy, 12.
Okay, so everyone who got an 18 or above isn't affected by this. Everyone who got a 17 or below is confused. So that means that you have to roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns, and I'll tell you what happens.
On top of the intelligence check.
Yeah. So an intelligence check and roll a d10.
Okay.
Which one of you guys failed? Just so that I can help keep track.
I failed. Nesgrax.
I failed.
I passed.
Ooh.
Okay, so only Mendax isn't confused. All right. That ends the Ambrosiana's turn, and now it's going to launch itself from the nest and move closer to you guys. And it just breathed and moved closer, but now it's in melee range, so it can bite you guys next turn, and it's specifically going to bite Mendax and Nesgrax. Oh, and it didn't recharge its mind-rending breath. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it's been nice.
Iskra reaches the nest, and she holds the hatchling up to the Ambrosiana and shakes it, like, to get its attention. The hatchling screams in fear, and the Ambrosiana turns its head back towards the nest. So, that happened. Jasper, please make an intelligence saving throw.
I'll do my best. 11.
You don't get
I don't
a turn.
think.
Sorry.
Yep. It's all good.
Yeah, nope. While under this effect, the creature must succeed on the DC 19 intelligence saving throw at the start of each of its turns or skip its turn. Sorry, Jasper. Mendax.
All good.
Please make a intelligence saving throw.
Okay, I was just thinking. So that effect that can only end, by passing this. Like, there's no other extra qualifiers. Like,
Yeah, it says if your initial saving throw is successful, or if the effect ends for it, the creature is immune to it for the next 24 hours. So, and the effect ends if you make 2 successful consecutive saves.
That's not going to happen because we are probably quite a dumb party. So.
But you're all so pretty, the charisma party.
Mm-hmm.
No, I rolled a 5. Yeah. I rolled a 5, so no.
No turn for you. And you're also still confused. Nesgrax, please make an intelligence saving throw.
Can do. Ooh, 20.
Hey!
You succeeded on your first one, which means that you're immune to it.
Okay.
You cannot be confused or you cannot be hypnotized, but you are confused. So please roll a d10 because you are confused.
8.
You can use its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within your reach. So that can be either the Ambrosiana.
That's me.
I'll randomly determine that I melee Mendax.
No, you can hit me. It's all right.
Hit me. Just trying to think here because I feel like
You might not have any melee attacks, by the way.
Well, I have something I can do. I have but first I just want to get something clear. So we saw Iskra climb. She climbed into the nest and she like shook the egg.
She's holding the hatchling and shaking it so that it screams at its mother.
And then the ambrosia sort of turned to look at that.
Yes, its head is facing the nest and it's screaming child.
Okay. So, okay.
The two people in the nest, one of them is unconscious and the other one is not unconscious and is backing away on its hands and feet, kind of like, flipped up crab style walking closer to the mountain, hoping no one notices them.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Honestly, you can hit me. Hit me in the butt. I've got an idea.
But okay, so is the only thing that I can do is melee?
Yeah, because you're confused.
Okay, gotcha.
But this bewildering breath did not recharge, and the mind-rending breath did not recharge, so that's basically the end of that happening. And you can repeat your saving throw at the end of your turn, so you might end this confusion. Okay,
so here's what I have here. I have I'm still holding my staff that turns into a snake. So I can use that as a melee weapon. And at the same time, I can cast Shillelagh.
You don't have to. You can just hit me. No, you can just hit me. Just hit me with your fist. Do as little damage as possible.
Is this what I'm supposed to do?
No, you're supposed to. You roll your. I'll now determine who you hit.
Yeah.
I'm personally requesting
you're going to
hit
determine
me.
who I hit with my attack. Oh, I see. So it could be one or the other.
It says random, so I just rolled the dice.
Oh, okay.
I'm requesting to be hit because I have an idea.
When you said random, I thought you meant like that's so random. I didn't realize you meant it's literally random. I'm gonna hit one or the other. Okay, yeah. I throw a punch just with my fist.
All right, I didn't learn how unarmed combat works, so just roll a d4.
D4 it is.
Because I don't know how that works. Do you guys know how unarmed combat works?
Unarmed attacks actually do a d2 of damage, which is just d4 divided by 2.
Okay, so since you rolled a 4, we'll divide that by 2, and you do 2 damage to the Ambrosiana.
Oh, hey. Oh, if I did that, can I, now that I've hit her, can I cast Hurl Through Hell?
Is that a thing that... I mean, if it uses an action, no. If it's a bonus action, yes. Because this confusion says that you used your action to make a melee attack. It didn't say you didn't have a bonus action or anything, so...
So what Hurl Through Hell says is when you hit a creature, starting at 14th level, when you hit a creature with an attack, you can use this feature to instantly transport the target through the lower planes. The creature disappears.
Yes. Yes, you can.
All right.
I see no reason why that wouldn't work. And then, as it turned its cheek to look at its crying infant that it desperately wanted to feed those people to, you punch it on its turned cheek, and with a black fog and a poof, it gets hurled through hell.
Excellent.
Does it come back?
It comes back. Yeah, it does. It at the end of your next turn, the target returns to the space it previously occupied, or the nearest unoccupied space. If the target is not a fiend, it takes 10d10 psychic damage as it reels from this horrific experience.
10d10. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yep.
Let me pause for a full minute as I roll those numbers.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to take the average. All right. Wow. Okay. I've noted its loss of HP, which won't technically happen until your next turn, but oh my gosh. So it's in hell right now, and that means that it does not get a turn. Iskra, however, will react to that and be like, wow, good job, guys. Woo, fire-breathing kittens, we won, yeah.
Sorry for dropping you earlier.
I was fine. Don't worry about it. I'm so glad we won. She's going to drop the hatchling over the edge.
Oh, okay.
What?
She just chucks it.
Oh, Jesus.
And she proceeds to take out her sword and raise it above her head and approach the eggs.
Whoa. Hang on a second. We're still flying, so we can fly over
I suggest you separate.
with the...
Are we still basically kept from our turns by the charm, or since the Ambergiana is no longer here, would we be temporarily immune?
I think because it says a creature's initial saving throw, if a creature's initial saving throw is successful or the effect ends for it, the creature is immune to the Ambergiana's hypnotic presence for the next 24 hours. You are now all immune because the effect is only when you're within 120 feet of the Ambergiana. So I have a question for Nesgrax. Is hell within 120 feet?
Hell no.
So you're all immune. Yeah. You can no longer be hypnotized by it. Hypnotized? You can no longer be hypnotized by it.
Clutch play.
Jasper, go ahead and take your turn. I think you were confused, though. So please roll
I was.
a d10. Let me see if it's each creature in the area becomes confused for 1 minute. Okay, so yeah. This is still ongoing.
I have a 6.
You don't move or take any actions this turn.
Any main actions or just actions in general?
No actions, no movements. Sorry about that.
I'll just keep on floating here, being pretty.
So sorry. Jasper's been present for this battle. Sorry. Dragons, they're difficult. Mendax, it's your turn. You won! The dragon's gone.
Okay,
The terrifying dinosaur, it's in hell now.
for now. Till it comes back, but we don't know that. So I'm gonna fly over to the nest to stop Iskra from smashing up all the eggs.
You were 50 feet from the nest. Do you use both your action and your movement to land on it?
I don't need to, because I've got a flying speed of 60.
Whoa! Crazy cool. All right. You're now 0 feet behind the nest. You can be totally in the nest and right in melee range with Iskra if you want to be.
Just out of melee range, just, I'm not sure how jumpy she is.
Okay, and then do you put down Nesgrax?
Yeah, so we're on solid ground.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna go. Yeah, that's not how. Yeah, I'm just gonna say to her. Yeah, that's not how we do things. I mean, I know I'm hardly the best judge of character, but how this whole adventuring thing works is you don't get XP for smashing eggs. So let's just leave it there. All right, we got the big thing which we really kind of. How about just no? All right, let's just move on. Let's just kind of find another adventure. There are plenty more out there, and we don't have to be in a nest full of big giant dinosaur-like things. How about we just? And he gestures towards, I guess, the edge of the nest, and just let's go.
Okay, you said that, and she replies, "These eggs are going to hatch and grow up into creatures. Well, first off, they're going to hatch and they're going to starve to death. But if they did grow up, they'd grow up into creatures that eat people. So why would we want to keep them alive? And why do you want to see them slowly starve to death on this mountain? It's the most humane thing to do to kill them now."
I mean, we know from the metagame that the big beastie is going to come back. And Nesgrax is here, so would Nesgrax know that in about 6 seconds' time we're about to get this massive dinosaur coming back?
Oh yeah, she's coming back, but she might be like really effed up in the mind after this, so I'm not too worried.
I mean, she's been through hell, literally, which I like to think is probably like a math test, because she's real dumb now.
What? What are you saying? It's coming back? I can't hear you from over here.
I just put my thumb up.
Yeah.
I go, it's all good, buddy.
If it comes back, is it coming back where it disappeared from? Because then I'll be the only one next to it.
Yes, and yes.
We'll figure that out later. And so I just kind of turn back to Iskra and just go, well, as we've just learned, it's coming back. And let's be honest, you attacked it first. So...
Ooh, you're standing right
I mean-
next to a dead person, right? Well, at that moment, a hand clasps your ankle.
I squeal.
That makes me go, ah!
Ah! What were you yelling about?
And
What?
Myrta Basedow looks up at you. She's got a black eye and blood on her temple, but she's still alive. And clasping at your ankle, she goes, "The bird! The bird!"
Yes, the bird
And
is
then
the word.
passes out again.
So wait, was she the one who was previously appeared dead?
We've got Rhaenys Whitmore, who had been clutched in the feet of the Ambergiana before being dropped, who you guys could have saved. Myrta Basedow, and Morali Asnick. And those two people are in the nest with you. Morali's alive.
Are they both alive?
Yeah,
Are they
yeah,
both
yeah.
alive?
Myrta was unconscious, and Morali was conscious.
Okay.
Rhaenys was conscious, too, before he splatted.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Oh, so we can actually just get everyone out and we're good to go, right?
Well, I think Iskra sort of has a point here. I mean, it's, do you kill baby fantasy Hitler kind of a thing? Right?
Well, I mean, it's just more of a nature thing, isn't it? It's kind of, just how it works. I mean, the people are the ones who made the resort down at the bottom of the mountain, so...
So, Mendax, make a persuasion check.
Well, that's a 13 plus. Let's see, Bart Powers, baby. What have I got? Oh, look at that. That's a plus 15, so 28.
With a 28, Iskra lowers her sword, but glares at the eggs. Nesgrax, it's your turn. Oh, and at the start of your turn or at the end of your turn?
Ooh. What does the spell do?
end,
The spell
wasn't it?
says the end. Let me just
Okay.
double check here. The spell says at the end of your next turn. Yeah.
At the end of your turn, it will pop back. But before that, what do you do?
I cast Eldritch Blast on the eggs.
Oh, okay.
How many blasts do you have?
At this point, I have 3.
Okay. All right. Make 3 rolls to hit.
I cast Counterspell.
I got a 21, a 13, and a nat 20, 28.
Okay, so please read Counterspell, and one of those would miss if this spell goes off.
Counterspell. You attempt to interrupt a creature in their process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, which is a cantrip, it is, its spell fails and has no effect.
So you've got your targets locked on, your sights are set onto these eggs. You feel like you could have hit 2 of them, but instead, an Amborgiana pops back into existence.
Okay. So I missed the eggs and the things back.
You feel like you would have hit 2 of them, but rather
Okay.
your spell just didn't go off at all.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And instead, the Ambergiana came back from hell.
It fizzled.
What, Mendax?
It fizzled a bit and just
Yeah.
went tss.
Yeah. Like a drop of water on a hot fire's stone. Okay. Now, the Ambergiana's turn. It falls by 30 feet first because it is clutching its little dinosaur head. First off, it had very, very low intelligence already. It had an intelligence of 1. And second off, it's just been through hell. So it clutches at its brain. It's very unhappy. And I shouldn't say it because it's clearly she plummets by 30 feet. But then, after having taken all of that damage, she flaps her wings and she still has a fly speed of 80 feet. So she gets back up into that space where she was before, and she's going to try to bite the only person left.
Hi. Oh, this is going to be great.
Jasper?
My AC is 14.
Okay. Well, the Ambrosianas make 5 attacks, 1 with its bite and 4 with its claws. These are +11, +11, and, oh no, the tail attack is +15. Okay, so I only have +11. Okay, does a 27, 15, 14, seriously, I rolled a 2, 13, and non-natural 20. How many of those hit you?
All but the second from last.
Okay, so first take 17 piercing damage as it, picture a giant pterodactyl head, clamps down on you with its bite. Then the claws of its, if you've ever seen, what's that bird from South America that has hands and wings? I forget, a Hotzel? Hotzen? Anyway, it slashes at you with its claws. You take 13 damage from the left claw, 13 damage from the right claw. This is slashing damage. It slashes at you, but it gets its face. It's a little dumb and confused. And then 13 more slashing
dumb.
damage.
And I am down. And falling.
Oh no, you're bitten. So
Oh, okay, never mind.
yeah.
Well, I am down.
So you're safely in the mouth.
And it's your turn, so please make a death saving throw.
I got a 10, so I think that's 1 pass.
1 pass. Now, if you take damage while dying, you will take 2 fails. So,
Yep.
Mendax, your friend is dying. What are you doing?
Panicking.
Oh wait, Iskra's turn. Iskra's turn. Totally forgot. You've talked her into doing nothing with the eggs, and she can't fly right now. Okay, Mendax's turn.
Okay. I mean, what I want it to do is come a little bit towards us, and just not bite down too much. So I would like to prepare an action on the basis that it comes, well, depends on how you word this, but on the basis that if it comes within 30 feet of us, I'm going to prepare casting Windwalk. So that's the mass, gasify on all the people we have. So us 3 plus the 3 NPCs.
Okay. Noted.
Because it only has a range of 30 feet, and so I need Jasper to come within that
Okay.
that range, and then I can beam him out of there.
All right.
And I'd like to use, if I can, just like a bonus action, free action, whatever you want, just to taunt it to come.
Ah, yeah. How do you taunt
Just
the Ambrosiana?
Come get me. It's like, hey, little dinosaur, come and get me. And I turn around and like shake my booty at it and just go, hey, want a bit of this? Come and take a bite.
It's got 1 intelligence, so I'm going to roll an intelligence saving throw for it. Oh, that was a 5. So 5 minus 5 is 0. It fails. It fails its intelligence saving throw. And it's going to come at you.
It wants to come and get a bite.
Nesgrax,
Okay,
it's your turn. The Ambrosian is looking at Mendax real angry. And your friend Jasper is clenched in its teeth.
It's okay, I've got a plan.
He looks a bit dying.
Yes, it seems like Mendax, you've got everything under control.
As always.
I don't want to hurt Jasper with anything too bad, if you know what I mean.
Hell?
Hell, for example. So I'm sorry. What your Mendax's plan is to lure the thing closer, and then you're going to transport Jasper out of his mouth.
So once it comes within 30 feet of us, I'm going to cast Windwalk and turn all of us into
All
gas.
of us, okay.
So we can just get out
Gotcha.
of
Okay,
everyone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, I'm just gonna...
Ooh, I have been forgetting that you guys are confused.
Oh, yeah, we are confused. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not.
Yes, I have not forgotten that you guys are confused.
I might want to bring up the fact that Windwalk has a casting time of 1 full minute.
Oh, thank you.
Shh.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh,
Okay.
should I not be trusting Mendax as player?
Honestly, I'd forgotten myself, so...
Okay. Yeah, all right, so you do that for the first round. It's going to take you a few rounds. He'll be dead by then.
Okay, can I rescind that? Because it was a prepared action, I don't have to carry through.
Okay, sure. So, Nesgrax, remember that you're going to have to roll a d10 when we get to you, but we're going to go back to Mendax.
Okay.
So, I think it's only fair that I keep taunting it just to stop it biting down. But I am going to cast, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Jasper to give him... Actually, let's cast it at a decently high level. Let's cast it at 4th level. So you're going to get 4d4 plus 5 HP. So 14 HP you're up to now and conscious.
14 HP. Wonderful.
And what do you sing to him across the distance to heal him?
I will kind of like... Well, it's not really sing, it's more of a shout.
Punk rock.
I'm not sure how a ukulele screamo is going to go, so just across the wind you hear... Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, it's time for school now. Wake up, it's time to go. Wake up, little Jasper. It's time to go to school.
You're awake!
And nothing wakes someone up more than knowing they have to go to school.
Get me out of this thing's mouth!
You're now immune to your confusion. So you'll have your first turn ever. You were dead for your last turn, but this is gonna be your first turn ever.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We've got high hopes.
But first, Nesgrax, it's your turn.
Yeah, okay, so I rolled a d10 and I got a 6.
Oh, okay. You randomly melee attack something. So go ahead and do a melee attack and I'll determine what you hit.
Good.
Okie dokie. I just, punch.
You've still got to roll to hit, so you might just...
I do a d4, right?
Like, not
Oh,
work.
sure. Roll to hit first.
Roll, okay. What do I need to roll to hit?
D20.
A d20, okay.
D20.
Gotcha.
You're probably not proficient in unarmed combat, right?
Nope. 14.
Okay. Okay, so plus your strength's probably like 2 or something, right?
Yeah, it's actually, hold on. My unarmed strike is actually a plus 6. So
Nice.
wait,
Non-natural 20.
so yeah, there you go.
You hit. So let's see who you hit. I will randomly roll 4. There are so many options here. I mean,
I could hit the unconscious person. I could hit the terrified person. An egg.
Break an egg.
you can hit 3 eggs and you can hit Mendax. I'll just assign each of those and yourself. There we go. And that's a d6. Okay, you punch yourself.
Okay.
And at the end of your confusion each turn, let me just double check that I'm not forcing you guys to stay confused when you shouldn't be. Yeah, so repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Me make a wisdom saving throw. Yep, here we go. 13 plus 5, 18.
You pass. You're no longer confused.
Hey, all right.
It's now the Ambrosiana's turn. Holding Jasper in its mouth, it feels enraged by the taunting it received from Mendax, and it notices that there's not a baby in the nest anymore. And it flies forward towards you. It's less than its fly speed away from you, so it has the ability to attack you guys. Now, someone's holding a sword and making themselves a great target. So it's going to bite, claw, Iskra. So let's see if your charge survives this. These are plus 11 to hit. They're all going to hit, aren't they? Yep. They all hit. Okay, and she takes math time. Now remember, she had already fallen 60 feet. 17 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13 is 69 damage. She's still up. Woo! All right.
Wow, okay.
Go Iskra.
Yeah, she's pretty strong. She's a level whatever you guys are fighter. So she's at 15 hit points. and rather than looking upset, wounded, or, scared, she looks thrilled to be arm-to-arm combating a huge dinosaur. And she's got her sword ready, and she goes after the Amborgiana. Sweet! I did not think she was going to be able to sword strike it, but here we go. And she does probably more damage than you guys are going to have done. So fighters are pretty cool. She gets to multi-attack, which means she makes 3 attacks with her great sword, and that is +9 to hit. So let's see, 1, 2, 3 hits. Wow. Okay. Doing about 42 damage to it. All right. She slashes huge scores across its hide as the dinosaur drops Jasper in the nest to feed its unhatched eggs, I guess, and to scream as it's fighting Iskra with her sword. Jasper, it's your turn.
Boy. So what Jasper is going to do is he's going to use his universal speech. And what that does is it lets me select up to my charisma mod, so 4 creatures, to magically understand everything that I say for 1 hour. And I am going to be targeting the Amborgiana, possibly its child that was dropped out of the nest, if it is still alive.
Let's roll for that. It is still alive.
Perfect.
Got a 17 on a d20. It's still alive.
And then after that, as a bonus action, I will use unsettling words, which will be I spend 1 inspiration. I'm choosing the Amborgiana for this, and for the next saving throw it makes, it is going to take a -10.
All right. Noted. I should tell you, dragons speak common.
All right.
Yeah.
I figured that since it has an int of 1, it might need some magical assistance.
It used to speak common before it had an int of 1. Okay. All right. Yeah, it can understand you. Okay.
So, since none of those are spells, Jasper is going to let loose with his the final thing of this turn, which is casting Suggestion on the Amborgiana.
Okay, is that an action?
Yes.
Okay, how many actions did you do?
Let's see. Let's see. Unsettling words is a bonus action. A universal speech. I did not write down what kind of action that was. Oh, that's actually an action, so I'll save that for later.
Okay, got it.
But I will move away from the rest of the party at this point.
Yeah, that's good, because I get to reroll for its breath attack every turn. It's not recharged yet, but we'll find out if it is or not. Okay. All right, so you have moved away. I'm going to say you're not in breath distance. You're at the edge of the nest.
Yeah. And anybody feel free to take that -10 to the bank if you have a big fight ender spell.
So is that that's a -10 on anything, or a -10 on, what was it?
The next saving throw that it makes.
Ah, okay, excellent.
Yeah, your big spells will work.
So if you still had a dominate monster handy, then...
Sorry, that one is... I'm going to have to take a break to do that again.
Mendax, it's your turn. The Amborgiana's looking a lot weaker, but a lot madder. And you taunted it. It's coming for you. Oh,
yeah,
actually,
you are. You are right.
It should have probably hit you, shouldn't it, that last time? Because you taunted it. It'll hit you next time. Don't worry. It's your turn, Mendax.
So he just kind of turns to me and goes, "You're next." Okay. What would? See, we haven't really done any damage to it.
It's below half health.
We mostly... Oh, okay. All right, so I just want to check out, like, what sort of size this thing is. Like, if you can put a number on it, like, across and up, like, dimensions, you know?
It is 15 feet wide by 15 feet tall.
Okay. This is going to be fun because I can cast Force Cage. So, this right now does not require a saving throw off you. So it says, an immobile, invisible, cube-shaped prison composed of magical force springs into existence around an area you choose within range. The prison can be a cage or a solid box as you choose. Now, a prison in the shape of a cage can be up to 20 feet on a side, so 20 feet by 20 feet by 20 feet, and is made by half-inch diameter bars spaced half an inch apart. And so skip that bit. When you cast a spell, any creature that is completely inside the cage's area is trapped. So in which case, this is because we've tested that. A creature inside the cage can't leave it by non-magical means. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar travel to leave the cage, it must first make a charisma saving throw.
And its charisma is at 1, and it has -10.
Yep. So effectively, it trapped.
Yep. Hilariously, this creature has void travel, which means that it doesn't need to breathe and is immune to the hazards of outer space. So it can literally go from planet to planet, but it can't get out of this box.
Yeah. So I imagine because the bars are like half an inch apart, which is not far. That's about a centimeter in Queen's English. It can't like make any melee attacks out of it.
No, it cannot.
Because it can't reach. I mean, it can do its... I imagine it can do its breath thing, because it doesn't say it can't. Oh, hang on. Yes, yeah, it can do its breath thing. It's when it's in the shape of a box, stuff can't go through. So we can just go, It lasts for an hour, so we can just, head off.
Jasper, you're hearing a lot of mentally communicated profanities from this dragon. As it has regained common because of your spell. Nesgrax, it's your turn. This is one trapped dragon. Or pterodactyl thing. Sorry. It's a pterodactyl. It's called an Amborgiana. Aramborgiana. It's the largest flying dinosaur to have ever existed, maybe. For now. At one point in time it was.
I say to the Ambrosiana, well, look what we have here. Something about your name sounds like a dessert.
I look at Nesgrax and go, really? That's the best you could do?
I'm sorry.
I guess strictly speaking, you could touch it, send it to hell, have it come back, and touch it, send it to hell, and you could kill it this way.
Yeah,
it is at your mercy.
We would have to rest here for a while. Need a long rest to do that again.
Oh, okay.
How long does this spell last here, Mendax?
An hour.
All right, well...
So we don't have quite that long.
Definitely don't want this...
You have a friend with a sword, so it's still at your mercy.
Well, I mean, maybe I can help us out here a little bit if I do a quick flesh to stone. What do you think, guys?
If that's what you want to do.
I mean, if I turn it to stone, then we can destroy the stone and then it's dead, right?
I am attempting to befriend it a little bit now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes.
I don't, but that's absolutely a valid way of dealing with the situation.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have an hour. Let's just,
Yeah, let's go friends first. We'll like maybe put on some food, have a couple of drinks. I
mean, let's go for it. You
we'll put a little martini glass through the bars. Just give it a bit of a drink.
Yeah.
Make friends with it. We've got time.
So Nesgrax, what do you do on your turn?
I'm going to be ready to do flesh to stone if anything goes wrong with this cage thing.
Okay. Upon the disappearance of the cage, your flesh to stone will activate. If that happens like suddenly.
Unwillingly. Yeah.
Not after an hour. Okay. The Aramborgiana's turn. Jasper, you hear a lot of profanity. as the Aramborgiana scratches at and claws at and is doing a heck of a ton of damage on this completely immovable cage. If this had been a physical cage, the metal would have been torn. Like, picture Jurassic Park when the T-Rex just casually destroys very tall buildings and stuff like that. And, like, you know, the bathroom scene where it just, like, destroys the whole building. Anyway, nothing happens to the cage. It's Iskra's turn, and you've talked her into not killing the babies. So she just kind of, like, leans on her sword, point down in the earth, looking at you, waiting for you guys. Next up, Mendax. Jasper. We're back to you.
All right. I'd like to try the cast suggestion on the Amborgiana.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm ready to roll with -10.
Yep. My DC is 17.
And is it wisdom?
Wisdom, yes.
That's a nat 20 on the dice. So
Never mind.
10? Do nat 20s? I don't know. I want you guys to succeed.
Not on saving throws, I don't think. I mean, it's more to do with DM discretion, but strictly speaking, no.
I'm going to say I like it when you guys try to do things, so I'm going to give this to you. It rolled a 10.
All right.
She rolled a 10. Plus 4 is 14.
So in that case, what Jasper is going to do is shakily and out of breath, he will bring out his lute and say, Amborgiana, you came to provide for your children, but your child is wounded and we can help you. So, Amborgiana, let us be your friends. We'll take ourselves and have our leave, and also make sure your offspring doesn't die. That way when he grows up, he can also fly and be a good Amborgiana like you.
Wow. All right. So your suggestion is that it let you heal its babies and be friends?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. The clawing and scratching at the bars of the cage stops, and the Aramborgiana can see the injured child from here. I'm really glad it lived, actually. And it has an int of 1 minus. So it's thinking, but it's thinking really slowly. Like boulders moving around inside its brain. Your very pleasant song gets to it because it, it's wise, but it's not wise enough to resist this. And it's smart, but it's not smart enough to think of an alternative. And you succeed. The Aramborgiana lets a single tear trickle down its cheek as it looks at its injured child.
Assuming we're out of initiative, I'd like to approach the child and give it my healing hand.
Yep, you climbed down the mountain to where the hatchling landed after Iskra dropped it there. She chucked it off the side of the cliff. And you guys are able to, over the course of an hour, I guess you can heal the child if you want. You can do whatever you want. Go ahead and describe what you do.
Jasper will basically approach the child, the little baby Amborgiana, and I imagine that as it fell, it probably landed on its wing, so its wing is twisted out of the right spot. So he's going to place his hands on there, and there is a faint glow as the wing slowly starts sliding back into position. In game terms, he's healed for 15 hit points.
Yeah, the chick didn't have 15 hit points to start with. It looks perfectly healed.
And then after that, I will bring the child back up to the nest and place it back down. And I'll say to the Amborgiana, I can tell that your children are your treasure, but these children were someone else's treasure too.
Oh, yeah. Making the analogy. Is it smart enough to understand the analogy? Make a persuasion check for me, Bard.
Sure. I rolled a 1, but I have a class feature that makes it so that my minimum roll is 10, so 24.
Gotta love it when your lowest roll is a 24.
Bard baby. Bum, 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 bum. He's a bard baby.
That succeeds. And what do you guys spend the hour doing as you talk to this Aramborgiana? Are you giving it food alternatives, I guess, other than people?
Discussing the benefits of a healthy vegan lifestyle or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we're basically just trying to tell her that people are trash, and they're probably not very good to feed your babies fast food like that. So it's probably better to go out, source it in the wild.
Go for cows.
You know, a home cooked meal is better than anything you could just go and pick up.
All right. And with that, we end the party with one friendly Aramborgiana who has been re-educated in the ways of eating wild sheep and deer instead of people, because their fast food isn't good for babies. All right. Do you guys have anything else?
Jasper will collapse into the nest and just whine about how hurt he is.
And we leave our heroes taking a long rest with their brand new friend, the Amram Persiana. And one very confused Iskra is just like, she's like frustrated. She didn't get to kill anything, but she's still gaining experience. And she's like, all right, I've learned now about how you really end battles. And she's like, maybe I don't have to hack and slash at everything. All right, I got it. I've learned.
This is true victory.
This is true victory.
Peace.
With that, we're going to end part 1 of this adventure. We have a review for you today. Did you know that if you leave us a review on iTunes, we'll read your review on air? Who left us a review today?
This review is from Dragon's Die. He says, I was imagining the Kieran was wearing a spandex suit as well with the One Piece mention. Ha ha! I comment a lot. Sorry.
That was probably on the episode Kamar's Big Day Out.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Joining us this time were Nesgrax.
I'm so sorry for sending you to hell.
Jasper.
My face hurts, but I'm happy.
And Mendax.
We joke a lot on this podcast, but I think we've all learned a couple of lessons today. We've learned that you don't always have to end a disagreement by fighting. And one of these life lessons is just that sometimes you have to go through hell, but as long as you end up a better person because of it, then we don't have to get into any more fights because of it. Can we play the more you know kind of sound after that?
That happens, but then in the background you hear, it's escaping from the cage!
That happens.
Everyone get out! Run! Get out of here!
Run away!
No!
Run away!
Come on, Nick!
Bye-bye. See you soon. We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. You can subscribe to receive new episodes through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com or finding us on YouTube. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you. Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Nesgrax.
Hi!
Mendax.
What's up, people?
And Jasper.
Hi. Hello. How's it going?
Everyone, please roll a d20.
10.
14.
2.
Okay, the number that there's the webcam. Oh, nope, it's very far away. The number that normally I would hold up to the webcam you guys would be able to see is 5. Who is the closest to 5?
That would be
With a
Nesgrax.
2.
Yeah.
With a 2.
Please tell us what happened last time.
Oh boy, I have a lot of regrets about what just happened. We were hired by a lady called Iskra, I think. to help her protect her while she trains to win 1 million gold in some sort of a fighting tournament. So we're helping her up the mountain. We meet a shrine of Saint Christopher. Nothing really spectacular happens. We meet a man who looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, and he knows my name, but then he just turns to dust and floats away. So again, it was like weird, but, fine. Then we keep walking. All of a sudden, a giant dragon thing flies over, drops a guy. We start fighting with the dragon. I send her to hell. It's not really a dragon. It's a dinosaur. Air quotes. I send her to hell. She comes back. We're holding her babies hostage. And then we ended up making peace while she was in a cage. So, so far we're all doing pretty good.
It's the next morning. The sun rises and the Ramborgiana raises its 15-foot wingspan and reveals 3 eggs, 1 hatchling, and 3, I guess, a dragonborn, a changeling, and an Azamar. Good morning.
Woo, we were all alive. I had my suspicions, but...
That was extremely warm.
I said I wanted eggs for breakfast, but geez.
Is Iskra still around?
Is the what still around?
Iskra still around.
And Iskra. Also, the dinosaur lifts its other wing, and there's the green-skinned lady. Still asleep.
And also the other 2 NPCs, right?
And the other 2 NPCs, yes.
So many of us.
I'll approach the children. I'll approach the children and say, "Hi, didn't get a chance to really introduce ourselves. Hello, how's it going? I'm Jasper, and we are on a job to take this fine lady here up to the top of the mountain. If you'd like, we can help get you back down afterwards if you're okay with coming with us."
Myrta Bastow and Morali Asnik are traumatized and will do whatever you say.
Great. Just stick close to me. I'll be sure that nothing bad happens to you. Hi. Hey, friends. Mendax and Nesgrax.
Nesgrax. Why can no one remember my name? This seems like a recurring theme.
I'm sorry. It's just I realized both of your names ended in Axe, and I second-guessed myself.
I know it's confusing.
These are our new friends. Nesgrax is scary, but he's nice. And Mendax is Mendax.
Can I offer you a tipple? I'm only a little bit morning drinking. I'm not like this, honestly.
I'm going to roll for them. Let's see. That's a yes from Myrta and a yes from Raleigh, as they both want to drown their sorrows.
I baby bird some boozy hot chocolate into their mouths.
Oh,
I don't know if they're up for that. Let me roll a second.
All right, maybe not that much, but just, I just kind of pour it from the flask.
Okay. I thought you were talking about
not the
pouring
traditional
it from your mouth.
baby birding.
Okay.
They accept the flask liquid.
Not that drunk.
Okay.
Well, it seems to me, team, we need to get out of this nest and get this lady up to the top of the mountain to fight in her competition.
To train to fight in the competition, at least.
Oh,
we still need to have a montage.
She's not even doing the competition.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I thought this was going to end in her fight. Anyway, yeah, let's do it. Let's get her up there.
All right.
We've got to find a nice, pretty spot.
For your information, the Fight Club is typically an episode. Like, the fighting tournament itself is usually its own thing. This is going to be one of the entrants. Yeah. I think last year's was called, or actually it ended up being 7 years ago because timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff, but last year's was called We Don't Talk About It, and that was that year's Fight Club. So if you want to hear it, okay.
Will do.
All right. So we have a long ways to go, and if you don't want to go by wind walking, I suppose the best way to travel on foot is via montage.
Okay, you guys hop out of the nest bright and early in the morning. For Mendax, a little bit earlier than he's used to. and head up the path. You sit under waterfalls meditating. You lift heavy boulders. You target practice throwing knives and shooting bows and arrows. I'm going to roll a dice. 2 days pass, and you are training montage style. You're walking along the road. A thin, dirty old woman leans on a cane at the side of the road.
Hey, Nesgrax. I will give you 1,000 gold pieces to go push her over.
Let's, again, same plan.
And steal a cane.
Oh, ooh, that's dastardly. It's just a bit weird. You had a serious problem with me killing the murder eggs. yet here we are. Old lady. You want me to steal her cane and possibly push her off a mountain. So...
Well, the difference here, mate, is that this is funny.
All right, then. I go up to the old woman and I say, "Greetings, milady. What brings you to the mountain today?"
She says, "Adventurers, do you want to play a game?"
I love games.
If they say yes, she pulls out a deck of cards. Da-da-da-da.
Oh, sweet.
"Ante up," she says, and she puts 10 gold pieces in front of herself.
Nesgrax immediately reaches into his purse and says, "I raise." And he puts down 50 gold pieces.
Oh, she meets your bet. So this old woman has 5,000 gold on her, just for your out-of-character knowledge. And she puts 2 cards in front of you. It's a jack and an unknown card. In front of herself, she puts a 5 and an unknown card. Do you hit, which is to get another card, or stick?
I'm going to stick.
Okay. She flips over her own card and reveals it to be a 9. She now has 14 showing, so by the rules, she flips over another card. It's an ace. An ace can be either 1 or 11, so she now has 15. By the rules, she flips over another card. It's a 10, and she busts. You get 100 gold. If you want to play again, it is 500 gold to play again.
Oh, boy.
Nesgrax is just realizes he's been swept back into his addiction, which is gambling.
This is because you have a backstory of... So everyone, the reason why this is happening is because Nesgrax lost it all from gambling. He used to be a noble. I'm so sorry, the player. I'm so sorry. So he used to be a noble, and now he's not.
I lost all of my money gambling and whoring, and now I work for the fire-breathing kittens. And here we are. I've made some money, and now I'm about to lose it all because I can't control my impulses. I would like to bet 100 gold, please.
So it's actually a 3-round possible. So it's 500 gold if you want to play the next round, and you can potentially win up to 1,000 gold from this. Because she's going to put in 500 gold as well.
So if I want to play, I have to put in 500.
Yes.
Bring it.
Okay, she takes the deck of cards. She puts 1 card in front of you. It is a 10. She puts another card face down. You don't know what it is. Do you hit or stick?
Stick.
Mendax is making hand signals.
Yes.
Okay. In front of herself.
I want to jump on a bunny.
Okay, in front of herself, she puts down a 10 and another card. She flips over the other card, and it's a king, which in blackjack means it's worth 10 points. Nesgrax, the card that you had in front of you, you flip it over, it was a 9.
Oh,
one
I lost
off.
that one.
So you're down. You lost that round. If you want to play the very final round, you have to put 5,000 gold down.
Well, lucky for me, I don't have 5,000 gold. So, good day.
Nesgrax, you hear a voice in your head as I cast message. Dude, get the cane. I'm paying you to get the damn cane. All right.
I turn to Mendax and I go out loud, right, the cane.
I facepalm.
The old lady taps on her cane, and it turns into a snake.
I go, oh, you've got one of those too. And I throw down my cane and it turns into a snake as well.
Is this like a Prince of Egypt scene where it's like...
Playing with the big boys now.
Yeah, she says that this cane is part of the next pot. So if you put 5,000 gold in, you can get her cane. And it's a cooler snake than yours, to reference the Prince of Egypt scene. You can level up your snake into your favorite species of snake.
That sounds lame.
Sorry. Also 5,000 gold. She's put 5,000 gold in front of herself. Oh, and 200 of that are yours, or whatever, 500? 500 of that are yours. You recognize it.
I cannot assist. I have 10 gold pieces on me. All of you are so rich.
Okay. I want to how will this work? Because I don't have 5,000 gold. I have.
You could probably bet some of your payment that we're going to get paid.
Oh, is in like
just not IOU? Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, whatever I have to do, I might it.
Is your character that desperate?
Yes. He's an addict. He has no control. Why are his friends not helping him? They know his backstory.
Yeah, you guys, your friends, what are your reactions to this? Jasper and Mendax. I mean, Mendax, we already know, wants the cane. Okay. Jasper, how are you reacting to this? Your friend looks desperate and sad.
Should we stop him? Hold on, Nesgrax, can I have a brief aside with you?
Okay. We'll be right back, old lady. Yes. Can't you see I'm going to win 10,000 pounds?
Hi, hello, yes. I do see that you're trying to win a whole lot of money. You don't have that much money, and it seems like this means a lot to you.
It does. It means everything to me. I need to win. I can taste it. It's blackjack. It's like a 50-50 chance.
But it's a game. If you lose this, then won't that mean just as much to you in the opposite direction?
No. If I don't lose, then I can't win. Don't you see? I'm losing either way. If I don't win, I'm losing.
Nesgrax, you seem like the kind of person who at least is used to living fast and loving fast, as far as I can tell.
You know it.
And far be it from me to tell you how to live your life, but maybe slow down just this once.
Mendax walks over and drapes his arms around both of them and just goes, "Hey guys, I've got an idea. I've got a way we can all win. What we do is I cast Force Cage, trap her in the cage, we take all the money, and just go." How's that sound?
That's
just an idea. I'm just throwing it out.
Let's just save that for, because I don't think you understand my motivation. It's not to steal money. It's to win the money. I need to win
but
the
by
money.
trapping her in an inescapable cage, we have won. How is that not winning?
It's because then I haven't won the game. I still need to play the game. Don't you understand? I need to see the cards.
Mendax, do you have 5,000 gold to lend him?
Yeah, but it's mine.
All I need is...
I'm not the addict here, bro.
All I need is 929. I think.
Oh, Nesgrax is kneeling in front of Mendax, probably like, I just need 929 more.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's like tugging on his tunic or whatever.
Oh man!
Like, please, Mendax. I know we've had our ups and downs, but Can't you see I'm about to win big here? I'll split it with you. I'll split it. When I win, I'll split it with you.
Mendax just kind of reaches into his coat, just pulls out a little flip book, and just kind of like rifles through it. Comes to a page. At the top of it, you can just see it's just a list, and at the top of it, it just says "Friends don't let friends." ... And there's just this big list, and there's like, is this on here? Yeah, here it is. Friends don't let friends bankrupt themselves. Huh, who knew?
We're going to make money.
If it's on the list, no, no chance, bud.
Let's see.
Wait, apparently we're not meant to fight to the death. That can't be right.
How about this? Nesgrax, what about... Why don't you play against me first? And if you can't beat me, then maybe we should stop.
Okay. I'll take that chance. Let's go. Anything else you want to put down to bet with? Or is it just me not doing this?
I have literally 10 gold on me. That is all.
That's fine. It's more about the principle. Anyway, let's go.
Jasper takes out a set of dragon chess.
Oh. Unfortunately for you, I'm really good at dragon chess. I also have a dragon chess set. I take out my own dragon chess set.
One hand on each board.
Okay, you both play with your own set of dragon chess. Now, how I'm going to do this so that it's fast and exciting is I'm going to hold up 2 cards. This is the right card, and this is the left card, and this is the middle card. That way, you're not left with the option. Name your card. Ace high.
Middle.
Okay, the middle card. Do you want the left card or the right card?
I want the right card.
Okay, the right card. You guys can see that? Go ahead and say that out loud.
That is a 5.
5.
And the middle card?
Is a 9.
Is a 9.
Jasper wins it.
All right, fine. You win, fair and square. I will not play with the old lady.
It's very big of you, Nesgrax.
Is there anything to be said for force caging the old woman?
I mean, you can do it. I don't care anymore.
Character growth, question mark?
I suppose she is the owner of a predatory casino practice on the slopes of this mountain, which is probably not regulated, so we'd likely be doing the world a service? Yeah, go for it.
At least for an hour, yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, just do it.
Oh.
Nesgrax is
Wow.
real sad he doesn't get to play, so he's taking it out on. Mendax, they've given you the all clear. Do you cast Force Cage on Deirdre Swimmer?
That's a name?
Deirdre Schwimmer,
Deirdre.
like David Schwimmer?
Mendax is a bit torn because he wasn't expecting them to say yes. So, like when you're like, oh, I've got a really good idea. Yeah, how about we do this? And then they're like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And you're like, wait, real? What? So I don't really want to do it. I just thought it would be funny. So he's just going to go, well, I mean, it's probably not responsible, is it? I mean, what if we come across another big beastie and we need to trap it? I mean, we'll be putting us in danger. So it's all right. We can come back later. If we come back this way, then we can force cage her and have a bit of fun. But for now, yeah.
You raise a good point.
Really? Okay. Wow. 2 in a row. Woo. This is my day.
Nesgrax takes Mendax by the shoulders and he says Mendax, if you're going to bluff, you have to just go all in with it. I'm sorry.
You're a strange dude.
Yeah.
And we continue the montage!
Okay. The 2 NPCs, Murta and Morali, start off the road. They are walking in front. La, 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 la. Followed by Iskra.
Okay, I follow them.
Okay, you pass by a burned out old house off in the distance. You'd have to go down a valley and then up a cliff to get to it, but you see it there.
Cool.
It looks like a forest fire, maybe a long time ago, burned it, and just the remains of the house are there.
Ah, poor people. The last vestiges of a gender reveal party.
Oh, gosh.
Poor people.
The montage includes you guys jumping and skipping and hopping and doing stretches and other physical exercises. It also involves Iskra throwing a stone up in the air and hitting it with her stick to practice, I don't know, her reflexes. And now she's like hanging from a tree branch and doing pull-ups. And 5 more days pass.
I want there to be one scene where, like, she's doing the thing where she hits the stone up in the air, and then immediately another scene where she's being chased by a bunch of bees and there's a fallen beehive on the other side.
You all run from the bees. Yeah. And then it's a few days later. You're walking down, it's 5 days later. You're walking down the path. A donut lies in the middle of the road. It is 100 feet from you. Let's do a perception check to see who sees it.
23.
22?
16.
Currently, at 100 feet away, Nesgrax is the one who does not see it, and none of the NPCs see it. Jasper and Mendax, only you can see the donut lying in the middle of the road.
Jasper, I'm not hallucinating, am I? That is a donut, right? It's been 3 days since the booze ran out, and I'm not sure what's real anymore.
That is a donut, yes. It looks fresh.
What sort of donut do you reckon it is? Is it? Do you reckon it's glazed? Is there like a whiskey glaze on it or something? I don't know. Maybe. I'm getting antsy.
Hold on, I know this one. All right. So if you eat the donut, then it makes you healthier. If you eat the fruit next to it, then it heals you. And if you take the item from the box, then you're filled with regret.
I'm amazingly confused.
I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire. Anyways.
A bunch of fans got that.
Somebody got that out there. I think the only way to find out is to eat the donut.
I think that's the only responsible thing to do.
Now, that said, maybe we should not make a habit of eating trail donuts.
Who cares? I'm run towards the donut.
Oh, okay. Mendax runs towards the donut. When he gets 30 feet away from the donut, he makes a dexterity saving throw.
He gets very low, because I rolled a 3, so does it matter what my plus is?
Not unless it's 24.
Jeez, 24.
11 total.
Mendax runs right down into a pit trap and falls into a hole. So the ground was an illusion, and so was the donut, as he runs into a pit trap.
Oh.
Mendax, take 59 bludgeoning damage.
Lunchtime was an illusion.
To us, does it look like he just disappeared through the ground, pretty much?
Yes.
So the ground, we still see the illusion of the ground.
And the donut.
And the donut. Okay.
Mendax, are you okay? Is this another one of your just wandering offs?
There's no donut. I'm distraught. And also I'm hurt.
Where are you?
I think I'm in a hole in the ground.
I cast
I'm in a
detect
place
magic.
where I can't make a lot of sound. My rhyming, that happens sometimes. When I go crazy.
You detect magic in the School of Illusion as you step within, I think, 30 feet of the pit trap, right? Detect magic is a 30-foot radius.
It is probably 30 feet. Yep.
Okay. It's an illusion spell. There is no donut. The donut was a lie.
There was no donut, only a hole.
This was a triumph.
This was
For
a
somebody,
triumph.
I'm sure.
We do what we must because we can. The more references I can work into my D&D, the happier I am.
Mendax, do you need help getting out?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I can quite easily just fly out by myself, but I'm too distraught. I couldn't possibly. No, I'm grasped with a sense of ennui in my life.
I'm gonna take out my rope of climbing, and I'm gonna hold one end and tell the other end to go to Mendax.
Mendax is surrounded several times around the waist with the rope of climbing and lifted with all of his ennui with him out of the hole.
What a nasty pickle I've landed myself in.
And he lays on the ground pitifully, reaching for the donut. And
so
Iskra says, "Oh, I get it. Check for traps. Got it. Yeah."
what are you talking about? What did you just read something that said check for traps?
She was writing it down in her handy dandy fire breathing kittens notepad.
Oh, you're right.
You can buy at redbubble.com. And she's been taking notes this whole time, learning how to be an adventurer from you guys, following your example and your examples of what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
More of those.
Well, we should continue and not trust any more pastries.
Yeah. Mendax, did you get an idea of how wide this illusion might be while you were down there?
Yeah,
No,
he did.
I couldn't possibly say, but I would say it's probably about, 10 feet across, something like that. Oh, my tarnished pride.
With Mendax's help, you can find your way across the path without falling in the pit trap again. All right. Do you continue on your way?
Continue the montage!
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are holding up gloved mitts to one another, punching the gloved mitts and practicing landing a fist on a target. You're dashing back and forth across a line, jumping back and forth to train your dexterity and your quickness of movement. You've dug holes in the ground and are practicing leaping over them.
Oh, no, not holes. No.
They're very small holes.
You're practicing your long jump, okay. And you approach the top of Mount Hokkaido. It's in view. You can see it up there, but you're not there yet. There's a little bit more before you get there. It's peaceful up here, serene. You look down at the distances beyond you, seeing the country of Guaso spread out before you, a rich tapestry of green fields and forests, yellow wheat waving in the wind, houses dotting the landscape. It's beautiful scenery. Right here, in particular, there is a field of flowers. These are red flowers. They look kind of like roses, except where the rose petals would be are individual strands that are furry, kind of like a pipe cleaner, except much smaller and softer. The flowers are twirled so that they like come to a spiral in the middle. So this is actually a real flower. It is named scrolling up for it.
That's a weird name.
It's named Geum triflorum, or prairie smoke, and it's native to Ontario. And it looks really crazy. I'll show you guys a picture.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's kind of
Looks,
candy cane.
It looks like a pastry.
Yeah, it looks... Yeah, I want to eat it. Anyway, so a field of Geum triflorum, prairie smoke, spreads out in front of you, and you see a man with a white shirt standing in the middle of the field of flowers. You can easily walk around him and continue to the top of the mountain.
Is this the same man that we saw before?
So technically only Nesgrax saw him before, because he was in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I shout out at him. Hey, you, dust man. Hey, hello, dust man. Hey, hey, Dustman!
He doesn't turn around. He's standing with his white Renaissance-style shirt facing away from you, bending down a little bit, smelling the flowers and...
Okay, I go up to him.
Hey, Nesgrax. I'll give you 1,000 gold pieces to kick him up the butt.
Okay, let me just get a sense of whether or not he's going to turn into dust if I do that. And then I'll feel it out, okay? Okay, so I go up to him.
Do you go around him? Because he still doesn't turn around.
No, I say to him, "Who are you?"
He doesn't turn around.
I suddenly remember the last time when I touched him, he then turned around and turned to dust, so I don't want to touch him. I walk in front of him so that he doesn't have to turn around, he can see me.
The flowers are up to your waist, and they swish around you as you walk around him. You face him, and you again see the beautiful face of Jack from the Titanic.
I feel like this should be on the cover of a book or something. This is very romantic.
Is there like a picnic blanket?
Unintentionally? What, Mendax?
Is there like a picnic blanket and a basket and some like kind of baguettes and some wine and some cheese, you know?
Box of chocolate-covered strawberries.
Yeah. Rose petals in the wine glasses.
As you walk around him, he looks up, holding a flower in his hand. And he looks at you. He doesn't recognize you, and he says, "I didn't see you there."
I say, "Oh, hello. My name is Nesgrax. Who might you be?"
Arpad Boyce.
Oh, well, hello, Arpad. Arpad, have you truly never met me before?
Me? Oh, no. I'd remember that face. And he winks at your gold dragonborn, extremely charismatic face.
As Jasper hears this, he's going to start playing a love song in the background.
Don't stop. Keep going. Arpad, we're accompanying this young lady to the top of the mountain. Would you care to join us?
Arpad sticks the flower behind his ear and winks at the young lady too, and goes, "Sure, let's make a day of it." And you all head up the mountain together, I guess. Iskra and...
Nesgrax is he's like a little bit like perturbed that he winked at the girl. he's like, "Yeah, well, okay then. Let's all go."
Okay, he hangs back to walk with you as you reach the top of the mountain. Now, heads up, as you reach the top of the mountain, Iskra freaks out. She runs to the elevation sign and she hops on top of it and she holds up both arms to the sky, and it's kind of like an "I'm the king of the world" moment where she's standing on top. It says elevation 11,000 feet. You know, it's a little bit snowy at the very, very top. And she's so happy. She does a dance. So that is beyond your control. That's going to happen. So that's what you all... Before you reach the top of the mountain, you reach the top of the mountain and see that she is standing on the elevation sign.
I take out a quill and just do a quick sketch.
She's now rolling back and forth on the ground, happily. It's snow, and she's making like a snow... She's not creating anything. She's just frolicking. I did it! Yeah!
Well, good job, team. We made it.
Mission accomplished, I'd say. So, about that payment.
Yeah, let's go right back down, and I will pay you when we get back. She dusts herself off as she stands up, and the snow falls from her trousers, and shakes her hair. Let's say she has black hair. Snow falls out of that. She pats the elevation sign. You know, she would give it a handshake, but it's a sign. And then heads back towards the field of flowers. Do you guys follow? Do you want to stand on the sign too? You made it to the top of the mountain.
I'll stand on the sign. It seems like an experience.
Okay. Jasper also stands on the sign.
He attempts jumping up and down for a bit, and decides it's not for him.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to do a sketch of Jasper as well while he's kind of there. Just kind of
I'm going to stand on the side too, and I'm just going to use my breath weapon up in the air just to look cool while
Is that right?
Mendax is doing a sketch.
Hold it.
Mendax, get up here. Get up here. Come on.
Give me a second. Hang on. It's difficult to do fire. Hang on. There
You can do a drawl fee.
I'm running out of paper. Hang on. Okay. Let's do one all together, and I just kind of hold the paper up, like, so we're all looking at it. I'm just like, I just look back at them and go, just as I'm drawing. I'm like, okay. Hey, stop blinking. Okay. I think I've got it. All right.
And there's a picture of all three of you standing on top of the mountain together. Not sure how you're all standing on the sign, but you are. You're
precariously is
precariously. Yeah. All right. Well, yay, you made it to the top of the mountain. You're walking down the mountain. Our players may feel that this adventure is not over. It's almost over, don't worry. You're walking down the mountain, and Arpad is talking to you, Nesgrax, and he's like, aren't these the coolest flowers? They only grow here, you know, on Mount Hokkaido.
Oh, yes, they're amazing. I was just remarking at how much they look like candy floss, you know, cotton candy. They look delicious.
Yeah, don't eat them.
Oh, why? Why shouldn't I eat them?
No, it's fine. It's fine. So, Mendax, were you in the form of Mendax when you ate that flower? You're a changeling, so I'm just...
Yeah, all right, let's say I was like kind of in the process of just kind of about to kind of like bite into it. I was like, you should... I'm like, and he's like, you shouldn't eat this.
Yeah. All right.
Very, very comical looking.
Are you in your true form?
Yeah, I think so. There's no... I mean, it's been a long time and I'm sober for... I've been sober for like 3 days. So I don't think I've got the willpower to keep up any other sort of illusion, yeah.
Okay, then nothing happens to you.
Oh, cool.
You can eat the flower.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Nope. Ooh, that may look like candy floss, does not taste like candy floss. Do not. No.
Would you have to describe it in terms of other things? What would you describe it as?
He picks up another one, starts chewing on it. Yeah. Weirdly, it tastes like the revelation of the true self, but I'm not sure how to describe that.
I need to taste what that tastes like now. Jasper's also going to take one and start chewing on it carefully.
Okay. You can... Yeah.
It's a weird taste.
Yeah,
Jasper,
it's like...
are you in your true form?
I believe that he does not I don't believe that his true form is his angel self, but that's only something he can maintain for 1 minute a day.
Poof, you're in your angel form for a minute.
Immediately, all that glowy stuff and the glowy wings pop back up for Jasper.
Oop, I put my sunglasses on. There we go. It's a bit bright.
Huh. Yeah, it's a step away from tasting like self-actualization, but I get what you mean by your true self.
Yeah. But otherwise, it kind of tastes a bit minty, you know?
And also like grass.
Yeah, mint grass, yeah. And there's a hint of like, is that paprika? Or
Okay, guys.
No, hang on.
This is all very interesting, but
it's not paprika. It's
stop eating the flowers now and commenting on their taste. Arpad, what are these flowers? What are they doing to my friends here?
Well, your friends remind me of my little brother and sister. They're always eating the flowers and describing how they taste like almost self-actualization, but not quite. They're so funny.
So what they do? They reveal your true self.
Yeah, I guess so. Little Nazanin and Mungo Cute little siblings, yeah. I'm picking some for them. They think they're pretty.
Oh, that's very sweet.
I'll also pick a bouquet to bring back with me, because the revelation of the true self is something that everybody should be able to experience.
I'm going to pick some as well, because I'm coming round to them.
Nesgrax is like, I think I'll pass. Thank you. Don't need to know who I truly am. That would be, I think, pretty disastrous. So, no.
Aren't you in a pact with, like, Mephistopheles?
Yes.
It could be like a Lucifer devil face moment if you accidentally...
Knowing your true self is the first step to changing your true self, Nesgrax.
I think I'm comfortable with the uncomfortableness of this hellish bond that I'm currently a part of. So, no, thank you.
You know, they're not actually that bad. You know, once you get past the initial kind of kick of like revelation, then it's all right. I mean, I've had worse, but I mean, they could make a pretty decent tea if you really want.
Introspective, because I'm starting to feel like
a little bit, yeah. My tongue's gone a bit numb from all of this, but maybe that's normal.
I'm starting to question my life choices and wonder if I should have. Maybe I should put this down for now.
Oh no, that's just middle age. Everyone does that. I'm
not even middle age.
I don't know. It depends on how long you live.
I hope I live for longer than 38.
I say, like, guys, I'm not
I mean,
sure what's going on here, but can we just, maybe we should just keep going down the mountain so that we can get paid?
Actually, this all happens over the course of that 5 days that you spent. I forget how much. Just hand wave. The amount of time, whatever. And Nesgrax, how much do you hit on Arpad?
How much do I hit on him?
Yeah.
Like, as in like how...
Make kissy face.
Not okay. Yeah, pretty strongly. Like pretty uncomfortably strongly.
You have like 5 days together? How close do you get to Arpad?
I think we're getting married.
Oh no. Okay.
So he said hi to you and that's it.
Oh yeah, we've already gotten married.
Okay. You're sharing a tent, and now it's become that he's not just getting these flowers for his sister and brother. He's going to introduce you to his sister and brother when they get down the mountain a bit more. He says he lives on the mountain. You could tell, by the way, he had this look on his face that said, like, tourists when you were all standing on the sign. He was too polite to say anything, but, and he lives on the mountain, and his brother and sister are named Nazanin and Mungo. You're going to meet them. They're going to be so happy to have you join the family. It's going to be great.
I can't wait. This sounds delightful. It's good to be part of a family again. Let's just say that.
And I'm sorry. This was written before any. Okay, this is the official ending, you guys.
Oh no.
You approach. You walk downhill down the trail. Off in the distance, you can see the house that long ago burned. Arpad sees it, and he runs sobbing down the path. It was his house. And, Nesgrax, how do you react to Arpad running a few feet away from you?
I call out, Arpad! What? Arpad, what's... This is... And I run after him.
Okay. You're able to catch up to him.
Is he, like, standing in the house?
He's on the path, looking at the house in the distance.
Okay. I reach to touch him, but I'm like scared to touch him. So
okay, well, you've touched him a lot over the last 5 days. I was just
yeah, but I'm not scared to touch him because he's gonna like turn into dust. I'm scared to touch him because I don't know how he'll react to my touch at this moment.
Okay. All right. He doesn't face you, and he's not responding.
I just say, Arpad, I'm sorry.
And he turns around, tears in his eyes, and says, Nesgrax, that look of recognition in his face, and fades away into dust in the wind. I'm sorry. So this is a trapped soul. He's on a cycle. As he he was out that day and he wasn't able to save his little siblings, and they all burned in the house with the forest fire, and only he lived. So he threw himself off the mountain and repeats this loop for all time.
So Nesgrax just sits down and he's just like, is trying to make sense of everything. But then he just stands up and he says, moving on.
Don't care. All right. So, yeah, sorry guys.
He cares. He'll carry it with him. But he's moving on.
Do you want a hug?
He says, it's all right, Jasper. I can always return to this place. And that's it.
That's true. Like 50 First Dates, you can do this all over again if you want.
Or like the end of Pirates of the Caribbean. When Jack, yeah, they can only meet like once a year, right? Or once every 10 years, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Iskra, this was her first experience with the ghost. She writes that down in her book too. And you all make it to the bottom of the mountain, having experienced.
Can I just interject a little bit as we kind of walk away from the house? Mendax just quietly takes his bouquet of self-actualization flowers and just kind of puts them at the foot of the door, or where the door used to be anyway, and just kind of walks off to follow the rest.
Yeah. So you guys passed a donation plate, you passed a donut pit trap, you befriended an Amborgiana, you gambled with a thin, dirty old woman, and you reached the top of the mountain! Joining us this time were Mendax.
Wow, we've all been through a lot today. I think everyone needs a bit more drink.
Jasper.
We made friends, we lost friends. I don't know if our next party member will ever be the same.
And Nesgrax.
Don't ever fall in love.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm Christy.
I'm Serena.
On our new podcast, Little Crimes on the Prairie, we're keeping it fresh with a variety of guests as we talk true crime, Midwest style. We can't wait to fill your ear holes with stories about the place we call home. And a bunch we don't, because we occasionally take a trip and talk about cases from other places. Hold on to your hot dish, because the stories we have lined up are some of the cases that I've followed for years and cases that inspired me to start this podcast. Our Little Crimes on the Prairie original tells you a story you can't hear anywhere else. And we have more where that came from. UFO sighting, dance with the devil, near-death experience. I want to hear about it for our Little Prairie Tales episode. So get weird, get creative, and send in your stories. Check out Little Crimes on the Prairie on Facebook and Twitter. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts, and make sure to subscribe.
Welcome, fine townsfolk, to the trailer for Random Encounters, the podcast where every Monster Monday we will pull a random monster from a random monster manual.
The necromancers flayed the flesh off hill giants, keeping the skins mostly intact.
Join us each week as we discuss and dissect each monster, its merits, and its downfalls.
Do I see armor class 9? You have to actively try to not hit that thing.
Basically.
That's Random Encounters every Monday, wherever you find podcasts.
Go back to a time where life was simpler, where you could leave your doors unlocked. A time of block parties, bobby socks, and soda jerks. A time to gather around the radio and listen to your favorite sitcom before there was television. So come back with me in an old-time radio comedy time machine.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. That's right, you can curl up with a good book based on one of our podcast episodes. The authors do a really great job of adapting them into fun novels. And did you know that we have webcomics? Look for the adventures of Fire Breathing Kittens on webtoons.com. We also have official merchandise on redbubble.com. Yes, that's right. You really can own a notepad with the Fire Breathing Kitten logo on the front, or one of your favorite characters. Go to redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters such as Frath, Amonist, Azreen, and more.